didn't know, but
you guys better call somebody.
The Bat Fry, Kenny Frie, Cowboy Dave Yarnell. We are the Atomic Drop Podcast, and if you're not down with that, we got 2 words.
2 words for you.
Suck it.
Suck it.
What's up, brother? How you doing today?
Good, big man. How you been, man?
All right, I'm a little sweaty. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a little bit of sweat here. It's warm and moist, and
little sweat there. Little sweat never hurt anybody. Let's go.
It never really. It didn't help anybody either, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you, I was out cutting the lawn today. I was sweating my guts off. It was hot out there today. I know. I hear you.
I can imagine.
Absolutely.
I was trying to sleep today after work, and I just toss and turn. Waking up all sweaty and disheveled. Why?
Dude.
Neck sweat and titty sweat. It was terrible.
We still got that smoke from the Canada's coming through, and you could smell it. I mean, I was still a little foggy out there today that I saw.
I'm so confused with the. I didn't even realize, like, I haven't seen much news on the forest fires in Canada recently, so I just figured that was all taken care of, under control. But then over the last couple of days, it slowly started making its way back in again. The haze and the smell. It's like, and to be honest with you, I'm a camper. I enjoy, the camping smell, the wood, the fire, and stuff like that. So it's not terrible. But after a while smelling that all day, you get a little bit of a headache. And
it gets your system too. I hear you. Yeah.
One day when we're all growing a 3rd or 4th arm, we'll have to. We'll know why. It's the Canadian forest fires. Well, I'm sure
Canadians
up there. If that's the worst thing they give us, then they gave us maple syrup. So I mean, what are you gonna do?
I'm okay with it. Hey, I do waffles every day, so I'm good.
Yeah, if that means I have to grow a 3rd titty or a 3rd arm or something like that, then so be it. It's worth the maple syrup. We got a couple comments checking in here. Adam Glenn, our boy Adam Glenn, checking in. What's up, Adam?
What's up, Adam? How you doing, babe?
And Maiko Spencer, let's go. The boys bringing in the heat.
You know it, Mako. We're on it, baby. We're on it.
And now we got one more comment here from Adam. From Adam Glenn, and I'm telling you what, this is how I know Adam Glenn's fired up for the show.
What's that?
Fat ass
Fry.
There's a folding chair with your name written all over it, buddy. You better watch out.
You better watch your back, Adam. He's coming.
One more coming. My boy, Chris Marks Jr. What's up, Junior?
What's up, Chris?
We used to work with Chris for a long time at Chalmette. We were best buds. There you go. We kind of got separated on shifts and kind of just drifted apart. So it's my buddy Chris. He'll always be my best buddy.
Hey, he's checking into the podcast. You gotta love it. Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it, brother.
Junior is the man. Love Junior. Big Boston Red Sox fan. I'm gonna have to see if he'll do a Boston Red Sox podcast.
Junior.
Then we got Adam Glenn with one more. Just bring it. Oh, Adam Glenn, I'm telling you.
Oh, Adam said, just bring it. He's ready to go, baby.
You're gonna get a size 13 double wide straight up your candy ass.
You know it.
Chris just got done work. He works swing shift, so he's just getting done second shift. So I remember those days. It was terrible.
I hear you. Let me talk to you. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start it off on some downer. If you're a longtime wrestling fan, you know the name Droz. Darren Drozdoff passed away today. He was paralyzed, I don't know how many years ago, in a match with D'Lo Brown. Just a spot went wrong, and that's a risk that the performers, not any athlete really takes in any sport, but that's especially in professional wrestling and football. But since this is a wrestling show, we'll say wrestling. Yes. Professional wrestling, that's a risk they take in a lot of these moves, a lot of these spots. It's so much on timing and so much on trust of your partner that it's really, really it's just like that. One split second, and that could be your life. You could be in a wheelchair, and unfortunately for him, he spent a lot of his life in paralyzed because of it. I think it was I believe he was paralyzed from the neck down. I don't know if it was the waist down or neck down, but it was bad either way.
He was a very good wrestler back in the day. He was very good. He had a lot of good matches. It's a shame because sad to hear that.
Well, do you remember his original gimmick?
If you say it, I probably will.
He came in as Puke.
Oh, that's right. He was. That's right.
I think it was with the headbangers.
Yes. I forgot about Puke. I did completely.
His thing was that he would come out to the ring, I guess, throw up on command, and he played professional football as well. He played played for the Denver Broncos on the special teams, and I guess that's how he got famous. Was he'd go out there and he'd throw up on the ball. He'd line up over the ball and he just yak all over. It'd be awful. I mean, I know I've seen video of him doing it.
I'm not touching that ball.
And so as the story goes, for him, I think it was Shawn Michaels trying to bring him into the WWE.
Okay.
He brought Draws in for an interview. I think it was Shawn Michaels. He brought Draws in for an interview with Vince, and Vince is like, all right, what's his gimmick? What's his specialty gimmick? And Shawn's like, well, he can throw up on command. And Vince McMahon's a weird dude. So
Vince probably loved it.
Like, do it. And he, Draws walked over to the garbage can and he yacked all up into that garbage can. And McMahon, the way the story goes was just loving it. Ate it up. He's laughing and ha 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 ha. So it is
that Vince laugh.
You're there, and Draws had a decent career. Mid Carter mostly, but there he's part of some pretty big storylines. But coming in was his original gimmick.
Josh had a nice career. He did.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. I think he started off in ECW, from what I was reading with his Wikipedia. But his name really blew up with the WWE, WWF, whatever you want to call it.
Peace to his family, and I hope all is well. We're sorry for your loss. We really are.
Yeah. So much love to Draws and his family. And you know what? And I seen some a couple pictures that Mark Henry posted on the Twitter box, and there was one cool one where Draws killed a deer. He had a deer. He was out hunting. And I'm like, you know what? For the condition he was in, he still lived the best he could with what he was dealt with. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like a lot of people were hate. Like that's the one thing that pisses me off about like Twitter and stuff like that, like social media stuff. Is the people that give hate, like, they're all over Mark Henry shit. Like, oh, you should have picked a better picture than that. Like the dude was paralyzed.
It was probably the only picture he had.
Living his life, he was still doing like normal everyday things as a paraplegic.
Right.
And they're going to rag like, well, he's killing innocent animals. Like, really? Everything that is involved in your life, everything. There's not one goddamn thing that doesn't involve an abuse towards an animal or a human being. Not one thing. You cannot name one.
If it's negative, they'll find it, Ken. You know that.
Everybody in the world that there's something like, a piece of clothing, something that they eat involves abuse of some sort of critter on this earth, whether it be human, subhuman, or whatever. I don't know.
I hear you.
So that's my rant with that crap. So,
well, like we said, R.I.P. to Draws and to his family, and I hope all is well. And just stay strong. That's all we can say. All
right, before we move on, I got one more comment from my buddy Chris. Says, "Stay away from the Jaeger." Oh boy, we had some crazy nights with that Jägermeister.
Oh, Mr. Jaeger over there, I see.
Both of us used to really like, especially Chris used to pregame it pretty good with the Jaeger, but I used to hit the Jaeger really hard as well. And
okay,
I could still drink it now, but there's some times where I just get the smell of it, like
I'll back off on that one.
Maiko says, I killed 30 black ants today. Hate me now. Yeah, well, I tell you what, I took a colony out myself. So
I killed some ants myself today. I have them I got a lot of them today. They're just out. It's just right that time of year.
Yeah, at the doorway today, I'm looking like see if the kids like dropped like something sugary. Like I couldn't find like at the doorway. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So I got the old spray out and give them a couple hits, and about an hour later and zero. So
yeah,
sorry, fellas, I didn't mean to really wipe all of you out, but
get that ant spray, Bo.
Born to be hated. Check it in. What's up, Born to be hated?
Born to be hated. What's up?
Hell yeah, brother, America. Land of the free, and you know what? Sometimes it's you have your freedom to express your opinions and stuff like that. But I have the freedom to express my opinion. Say, you know what? That's an asshole type of opinion. So when you're ragging on somebody after they post a picture of their buddy who's a paraplegic that killed a deer, and you're gonna rag about the picture, like get the hell over, get over yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's nonsense. It really is, and people get people get goofy with stuff like that. They take it out. They go out of their way to bring other people down. Like that's the way Mark Henry wants to remember Draws. That's the way he should remember Draws. You know what I mean? A paraplegic living his best life, and whether that's hunting or not, it is what it is.
If that's Mark Henry's way, it is what it is. Yep.
All right. So we'll move on from that. We'll some Raw recap. Here we go.
Oh, we're on Raw. We're talking about Monday Night Raw.
We're starting Monday Night Raw. It seems like
Monday Night Raw.
It seems like a year ago. So we'll start with the Raw recap.
Yeah, it was back on Monday. Oh my gosh, it was like 4 days ago.
It really does. It does feel like a long time ago. So this past Monday, I didn't get to see the whole Raw show, so I don't know what I missed. I did get to see snippets of it throughout the week because, like I said, I DVR it. Usually Mondays I'm pretty busy, and then working night shift. I don't get to see the whole show, so usually throughout the week I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I did miss a couple spots though.
Okay.
So we had Imperium pounding on Sami Zayn, and so then you had because it was a match between Sami Zayn and I think it was Gunther.
I think it was Sami and Gunther. Yes.
Yeah. So it was Sami and Gunther. It wasn't a bad match, a decent match, but then the dude that's hurt with the crutches right now, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he came out.
He ended up
ruined
hitting
it.
Sami with the crutches.
Yep.
And then Imperium just started stomping Sami. So then you have KO and your boy underwear wearing Riddle. Yeah.
Riddle, come on now.
And assist Sami Zayn. So
actually 1 foot Riddle, we should say. His ankle's all messed up.
Yep. And so you can see this kind of developing, with the whole KO, Sami Zayn, and Riddle against Imperium. Because you have one, like you said, Riddle with his foot hurt. You have the dude from Imperium now with his foot hurt. So it's like an eye for an eye.
Gunther messed up his foot in the match a week ago when they went against each other.
Well, and then this past week, Gunther, Matt Riddle challenges Gunther
right
to a match, to a title match at Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
So Gunther accepts. And, of course, what happens then? He attacks Riddle. They beat the snot out of Riddle, and they stomp the hell out of his foot. So this goes back to my rants the last few weeks with the whole Matt Riddle and his underwear and not having anything on his feet. That really kind of, it's like, oh, now he's going to have at least some tape on.
Well, now he's got it taped up, you've been saying for the past few weeks.
Yeah, so that's going to break it up a little bit. It's not going to look like he's out there running around after a shower, like my 4-year-old does, so. I
hear you.
So at least he'll have something on the lower extremities, to make to break up the skin a little bit. It's a lot of skin for him.
I like what we're doing with Riddle. I think give him an Intercontinental title shot definitely deserves it. He's going to go with Money in the Bank, and we'll see what happens from there.
I said I'm not a big fan of Riddle. I don't like Riddle. I think he's a decent wrestler. He comes from MMA, so it gives you that credibility from there.
NXT guy, Ken, come on now.
But I don't feel like he's great on the mic. I don't know. I don't like Riddle.
He's a surfer guy. That's his gimmick. It's like, dude, bro,
I don't think that's his gimmick. I think that's really Riddle.
Well, maybe that's really him, and I get it. That's definitely him. I'm just saying, I think he definitely deserves this. I think we'll go over if he's going to win or not later in the show. But I really feel this is his time, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I have a little thing that I think is going to happen tomorrow, but we'll go over that later on.
I think Gunther's gonna stomp him, but yeah, like we'll talk about Money in the Bank a little bit later in the show. We'll get to it.
Right.
I also have some thoughts.
What's Gunther's consecutive days as Intercontinental Champion? Because he's been titled for a long time.
A long time. Watching Smackdown tonight, they said it's the longest reign in 100 years. So
yeah, it's been a while. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, longer than Tito Santana? Come on now.
Flying forearm, baby.
Yeah.
Chris Mark says he should have had his PPE on. Yeah, there should be some sort of PPE code for WWE where they have to wear boots, they have to wear certain fitting tights and stuff like that. So yeah,
they let things go though with WWE. I mean,
Maiko says Riddle, bro. He reminds me of Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yeah, the surfer dude. He got the long blonde hair like Spicoli did.
Little Sean Penn action there.
Rob Hefner, Vegas Rob, the mayor of Las Vegas, checking in. What's up, fellas? Making my return next week. Vegas Rob.
Vegas Rob, July 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Rob? Did I remember you saying that?
Yep, he'll be back July 8th, next Saturday, to the Vegas sports scene, and he says he does not like Roman Reigns. He says...
obviously. Tell us how you really feel about Roman, Rob.
Is this attitude era WWE? Is this Is this a PG WWE talk? I don't know. I don't know if I should say it.
Well, is this PG Atomic Drop Talk? Is the question.
I say fuck Roman Reigns. Oh, I did it.
You said it.
Oh man. So yeah.
You may not like Roman, but his reign is awesome. He's kicking butt yet, and he's still your tribal chief until further notice. Keep it that way.
I like Roman. I like his whole run. I like his whole gimmick right now.
See,
I like the Shield Roman. I didn't like
the
Roman in between the Shield and the Roman in between his run. I don't like at all. Like that Roman right there in the middle, like he was shoved so far, up our asses. They wanted him so to be the face so bad that they easily overdid it, and it made it so bad.
I'm a Roman guy, I really was, but I'm a Roman guy back when he was the big dog. I miss the big dog days, and I miss the Shield days because him and the Shield, and I still to this day I still want the Shield to come back for one more run. It's not going to happen because I know Moxley's over at the other federation, and I understand that. But right now, the Shield is running wrestling right now. Think about it. Moxley's kicking butt over there. Seth's doing his thing. Roman's doing his thing. Right now, the Shield is running wrestling, owning wrestling, I should say.
Oh, well, you never say never. You know what I mean? I can say here it is, Dave. I already picture it. I can see it now. Royal Rumble 5 years from now. Roman and Seth are in the ring against 6 other competitors. They're getting stomped. It just so happens, and then you hear that 3, 2, 1, and then you hear that Delta Alpha, whatever the hell their little
yes,
start going nuts, and then you have Moxley coming down from the stairs.
Is it Moxley or is it Dean?
It'd be Dean Ambrose because it's WWE.
Okay.
You'd have Dean Ambrose walking down the aisleway from in the crowd. People would go. The place would go off with the roof would come off the place. The roof would erupt. It would go freaking nuts. And he'd get in that ring. The Shield would attack, and they'd clear the ring out, all 6 competitors, and they'd be celebrating. And Seth freaking Rollins throws them both out.
I just don't see Mox coming back. Would I love Mox to come back as Dean? Absolutely, I would. I mean, everybody would love to see that. But is it going to happen? I don't know.
The future. Money talks, brother. Money talks.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
All right, go through a couple comments here again. There we go. Let's find out where I was. Chris Marks, acknowledge me.
All right, Chris, we acknowledge you, buddy.
Rob Hefner says, bring back the Attitude Era. I don't want to bring back the Attitude Era because then it's almost like it's a retread. But I think something closer to that. And I feel like at the place that they're at right now, it's not too PG. It's not too risque like the Attitude Era was. I feel like it's in a decent place right now. I would like a little bit more busted open, more blood.
Gotcha.
It was always a big part of wrestling from when I was growing up.
Yep.
Like seeing Hulk Hogan bleeding or Ric Flair or whoever, Undertaker or Shawn Michaels, all those guys.
I hate to say it, but the Attitude Era, it was great at the time. Everybody loved it. DX, the whole, and with The Rock and his boys. Why am I missing this? I don't know. Help me out here.
I don't know what you're getting at.
No, The Rock and when he was running Nation of Domination. God, my head's not working tonight. Yeah, Nation, DX. We all loved it. Mick was Mankind. It was a great time of wrestling. It really was. And there's like 3 guys left of that era, and from that's wrestling now. So it's time to move on. I love the era. I love the Attitude Era too, Rob. I really do. But it's time to move on.
We have Adam Glenn says, as a day one Roman fan, I'd say I really like the original Shield gimmick, like behind the scenes, like guys, they're like the guardian angels of professional wrestling or something, whatever the hell it was. But I thought that I really liked it early on. Rob Hefner says, I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. It made everybody want to go to work and kick your boss's ass. You're right. It did. You sit there.
People still want to do that, Rob. They still want to do that.
Yeah, but it was different back then. You just felt it felt like you could. You see him walking around with his little tie, his little collar all done up and stiff and stuff like that. Nose in the air, walking by, get back to work, stuff like that. It's like, I'll just go over there, kick you right in the nutsack and give you a stunner. That's for you. But those days.
Let's go back to Monday Night Raw. Where are we here?
All right. Oh, pushing me along here, Dave, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you had Ricochet versus Nakamura. Ricochet was able to defeat Nakamura, but you also had Bronson Reed, who was barred from ringside. I guess he came out and was sent back in the back. So you have that. So I still feel like that's going to be an eventual three-way match.
Let's stick to that real quick. I love Bronson Reed. I am such a fan of this. For a big guy, he can move. I mean, he really does have a lot of, a lot of power, that big dude. And I like the fact that they're pushing him. It's really, I mean, they're pushing Bronson. Bronson's winning matches left and right. And he's got that big, slam or, when he goes off the top rope. I love it.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I like Bronson Reed's, skill set, like even like you say, for a bigger guy, for any kind of guy, for any like normal wrestler, his skill set's awesome. But just you add the size of him, the sheer size of him, his skill set is just amazing for what he's able to do. His speed, athleticism, fantastic. And he's not bad on the mic either. He has that New Zealand accent or wherever the hell he's from. I think he's from New Zealand.
But it's so funny going back to Bronson. Before he even was on Raw, he was a dark match. I mean, they had him in a dark match before even, back, I guess it was about 5-6 months ago. And where he's at now, he's on Raw, and you see him a lot. Man, kudos to that guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's how you work your way up. That's how you do it. That's how you earn your spot and stuff like that. So
sure.
You have it was supposed to be Miz versus Ciampa, Tommaso. I'm still struggling on how to say his goddamn
Ciampa.
That I in there throws me way off. I can't do it. Like I see it, like I gotta say it. I gotta say.
I call him Ciampa. I don't know if anybody else.
I like Ciampa also, and I feel like they're gonna push him hard coming up after he gets a couple matches under his belt. So he's gonna go through a couple. I'm sure it's gonna be a couple matches with the Miz. He's gonna go through a program there.
Did he come off an injury though? Was he hurt?
Yeah, he just came back. Okay. Ciampa. I want to say the I. I do. There's an I.
Ciampa. Just say Ciampa.
I want to say Tommaso. No, I'm going to say Ciampa. It's Ciampa. Nobody knows what Ciampa. But I think Ciampa is going to get a push. It's going to after he goes through a program with the Miz. But so anyway, they're supposed to have a match this past Monday. Miz attacks him before the match, beats the snot out of him. And I like the aggressive Miz. I like when Miz is like that. So that's the best kind of Miz. And I think Miz is so underrated. He's a multi-time world champion and stuff like that. Fantastic on the mic.
Miz knows his role. Miz knows his role. He's been there so many times. He's wrestled. He's main evented WrestleManias. He's been numerous pay-per-views, numerous house shows. Yeah, everybody loves the Miz. Heel or not heel, he's the Miz.
Well, he's been a heel for a long time, so
yes.
I can't tell you the last time he wasn't a heel.
I couldn't tell you when was the last time he wasn't a heel. I don't even remember.
It had to be the very beginning when he was MTV Miz. Like it was like a
Miz and Morrison maybe
a little bit, and he wrestled a little bit. Who was he with? He was with
John Morrison.
Yeah, John Morrison. What was their name? Do you remember?
Yeah. All I know is Miz and Morrison. I don't remember.
Yeah, but they had a tag team, and they were kind of face a little bit, and then they kind of turned heel a little bit, and then they broke up. And that was a hell of a feud as well. Miz Morrison, that was a hell of a feud, really good.
Johnny, whatever today, Johnny, whatever they want to call him, he's had that other federation over there.
He's something every other month it's being changed. So
he changes his name every time you turn around.
Yep. So go through a couple comments again. We have Babascotti, I'm making a horror movie about the Grimace Shake. So have you seen anything about this Grimace Shake?
No, I don't even know what it is.
All right, so it's a Grimace Shake. Grimace from McDonald's.
That Grimace. Okay.
Purple milkshake or something. I don't freaking know. But all the kids nowadays, maybe even some adults, but the kids are making these videos on like either the TikTok or whatever, the YouTube, where they drink the Grimace Shake and like, oh my God, this is so good. And the next clip, they're on the ground with all this purple stuff all over them, like all shaking and convulsing and stuff. I'm thinking, what the hell's wrong with that Grimace Shake? Even people like I've seen people that I follow on the TikTok that are respectable people doing this Grimace Shake thing. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on with this Grimace Shake? It makes me wanting to get a Grimace Shake. And
crazy. I never heard of it. I never heard of it until you just said it. I didn't know what that is.
It's something. It's a trend right now, and some of it's pretty funny. Some of it's like, what the hell is going on there?
I remember Grimace, the big creature thing from McDonald's, the purple deal, right?
Yeah.
I just never heard of a Grimace shake before. I had no idea.
The whole McDonald's friend, the whole McDonald's gang, it like doesn't make sense to me. The Hamburger, the Hamburger is
Hamburglar, the Grimace,
Grimace, that bird looking thing that flies a plane. Maybe she has like
what was that? Yeah, what was her name?
I don't know. A bird. I don't know. Some sort of bird. Anyway, good luck with your movie there, Babascotti. Thanks for checking.
Yeah, good luck, Baba. Absolutely.
Michael Spencer says Stone Cold's glass breaking intro was one of the best. Always got him hyped, and I always jumped up and shook my head just like Stone Cold did. And that's the bottom line.
Because Stone Cold said so.
That is one of the
you know what the shirt says, don't you? The T-shirt that they made, the T-shirt they made for Stone Cold. When you hear the glass, it's Vince's ass.
Yeah. Yeah, he had so many great shirts, iconic shirts out, and that entrance alone. I think next week's episode or the week after we should talk iconic entrances. That's okay. I think that'd be a great topic to get into.
I'm down.
But it's Stone Cold's the glass breaking. Oh my God! As soon as that glass would break, the pop in the arena is just unbelievable. There it is, the Grimace shake.
The Grimace shake.
I ain't gonna lie to you, that scared the hell out of me.
I didn't know what that was.
The Maiko in the background just scaring the shit out of us with this Grimace shake. But that's what it is. It's Grimace, and if people would drink this in the next clip, they'd be on the ground with all this purple stuff everywhere, and they'd be convulsing and like going through a seizure or something.
This is for real. This is a real shake.
Yeah, I guess it's. I don't freaking know.
I mean, so if I were to go to McDonald's tomorrow and get a Grimace shake, I could do that.
You probably can. Do it tomorrow, Dave, and let me know what happens.
I definitely will give it a shot. I'm sure.
Because I want to try the Grimace shake, but I'm afraid of it. I don't want to.
It sounds scary just saying it.
It's a purple milkshake. I mean, like, is it going to be grape? Is it going to be cotton candy? And
yeah. I don't know. It's scary.
Adam Glenn says, what push he should be? What push he should be in the Money in the Bank?
Who are we talking about?
I think I don't know.
Miz?
I don't know. Oh, I think he's talking about Ciampa, I think.
Oh, Ciampa should be in Money in the Bank. Absolutely, I agree with that.
Well, just coming back from injury, I think it's too soon.
Too soon, right? I was just going to say the same thing. Yes.
Chris Mark says, "Don't eat Pop Rocks with soda." I remember that whole thing. You know, if you put the Pop Rocks in your mouth, you drink the soda,
it pops in your mouth. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Rob Hefner said, "I started watching The Dark Side of the Ring. Very interesting. Yeah, they have a lot of good episodes there. I haven't seen any of the season yet, but I've watched past episodes." And then Rob says, "I need to go to McDonald's here in Vegas and see if they have the Grimace shake."
Rob's all about it.
Well, video it, Rob. If something happens, we want to know before we go get a Grimace shake.
If I get a Grimace shake, I will do a video and I will bring it to you guys next week.
Because I'm like 95% sure that it's all fake, but there's that 5% of me that's like, I don't know.
So if I go to McDonald's and say, "Can I have a Grimace shake?" Are they going to laugh at me when I say that? I don't know.
There's 5% of me that still believes pro wrestling's real. There's 5% of me that's really worried about that Grimace shake.
Grimace shake.
All right, so back to Raw. We had who the hell was it? It was Ronda versus Raquel.
Ronda, yes. Mm-hmm.
You had Liv Morgan and Shayna outside. So Ronda ends up beating Raquel because a distraction. Liv attacks Shayna. They get into it on the outside, distracts Raquel, and Ronda's able to get the win over Raquel. And I have a feeling that this is the road we're going to go down with Liv and Raquel. I feel like they're going to keep the straps now on Ronda and Shayna, which I don't like. I don't like it, but I think you're going to end up seeing like a Liv and Raquel type feud coming up here. I think they're going to split them up right away.
See, I'm not seeing that. No, I think Liv and Raquel might win those tag team titles. I think they just might take them.
If they do, I don't see them holding on to it too long. I think right. I think Raquel's ready to bust out, and I think Liv is going to steal some of her spotlight, and then that's what's going to kind of.
Raquel's definitely ready for a title shot for the women's title. Absolutely. I mean, the girl's huge. Look at her. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Finn Balor and Seth Rollins going at it on the outside. Finn attacks, tries attacking Seth, and you got Carmelo Hayes, who's the NXT champion, sitting at ringside.
Right.
As Finn was going to hit Seth with a chair, Carmelo grabs the chair off of Finn Balor, to prevent that. And so that ends up leading to a Finn Balor Carmelo Hayes matchup, which turns out Finn is gives one of the most painful looking moves I think there is in WWE right now, the coup de grace.
Yes.
So much I watched that. I'm like, how people are like, oh, wrestling is fake. They protect themselves by doing this. And like a guy jumping off the rope and stomping on your chest. I don't know.
Hurt.
I don't understand. Like, it's gonna hurt, man.
It's not gonna tickle, that's for sure.
He's probably like 215 pounds soaking wet. Coming off that, with all your weight down like that, I don't care. That hurts. It has to hurt.
I mean,
and if I'm pissed off, I'm wrestling him because I know it's gonna come.
I'm looking at Finn right now, and he's got a chip on his shoulder right now. He really wants that. He wants that title back. He feels he got robbed because he got injured, and he never really lost it, which is understandable. I mean, Finn has had a huge a ladder to climb. I mean, now that he's with Judgment Day, I don't know how that's going to work out. I think something might erupt there, but we'll talk about that later. But right now, it's this is Seth's time, and Seth needs to keep moving with that title, and the crowds. I mean, they love Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is all who doesn't love Seth Rollins?
Yeah,
but Seth Rollins as a champion, yeah, great. Seth Rollins as a chaser, as a champion, either way, it doesn't matter. It's Seth Rollins. And,
Seth doesn't need the title because, like you said, either way, it's still Seth freaking Rollins. But him with the title, with that heat, with that push and stuff like that, with all that momentum behind him, that's one of the matches I'm most excited for in the Money in the Bank is that Finn Balor Seth match, because they both work so well. And that match that I seen them, that original World Universal title match 8.5 years ago, whatever it was. I remember watching that match and how fantastic it was. The Demon Balor versus Seth, and Balor cut a pretty good vignette on Monday night. I think it was Monday night, talking about Finn and stuff like that, and about what's been boiling up inside of him since then, and all this other it was a terrific promo. It really was. I thought it was well done, and I thought Finn knocked it out of the park with that.
This is Finn's time. I'm not saying I don't know the result of tomorrow night. Nobody does. Well, if you do, that's great. But
people do.
I'm sure people do. I'm sure they do. But I think they're going to knock it out of the park tomorrow night. Or tomorrow after. I should say tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Because I keep thinking tomorrow night, but 3:00 in the afternoon. I think they knock it out of the park. I think that might be the best match of this show. So
I agree. I think it will be. So what else do we have? Anything else from Monday night? Oh, we had Cody, and he fought Damian Priest in the main event.
Yes.
I guess early on the show, Cody was I think he was calling out Dominic. I think he called him out, and then I don't remember exactly what happened.
Dom's been getting his cheap shots in on Cody, that's for sure.
He's been doing the old heel hit and run, which is fantastic. Dom has been so good at this. It's insane how well he's been playing a bad guy, a heel for as long as he has, and like how well he's doing. Like the heat that he has is just so awesome. And
I heard Dom might go down to NXT. I read something earlier this week. I heard Dom might go down to NXT. They were saying something about he might go send them down to NXT, which is okay. But my thing is, but now Dom is the ultimate. Like he is the ultimate heel in the business, which somebody told me on a show that I did before. He was telling me Dom is the ultimate heel. I can't disagree with that. He's doing a great job.
It's like I've said this before. Like the amount of heat that he has reminds me so much of Vicky Guerrero. It's like everybody absolutely hated Vicky Guerrero, and she come out, the place would just boo so loud it'd be hard to hear. Like as soon as you heard "Excuse me,"
now guys say right. Excuse me.
I loved it so much. When I used to watch Raw religiously, that would be like the one segment that I would never fast forward, because I'd fast forward through a lot of stuff and like watch what I wanted to watch. And that always, whenever I seen her on, I had to watch her because she was very good on the mic to begin with. She was very, very good. But the excuse me and the way she played the crowd, she'd pander to the crowd, just that look, and she'd look and then she'd be talking to them and stuff like that before she'd hit the mic. And it's just the way she carried it was so good. And that's what I get out of Dominic. He'll say something
totally.
crowd and he'll give faces and stuff like that. He'll try to talk again, then he'll look to the crowd as they're booing loud. He plays to the crowd so well. That's like I absolutely love it.
Dom is very good like that. It's kind of like, I want to say it's kind of like a Macho Man Savage Elizabeth thing with him and Rhea. Right.
Kind of, but in reverse roles almost.
In reverse role. But like, remember Savage used to hide behind Elizabeth all the time?
Nobody ever really hated Liz. Well, I guess WCW Liz.
True.
But Liz, nobody hated her.
I'm not saying it's a hate. I'm just saying that's what Savage used to do. He always put Liz in front of him. But that's what Dom does with Rhea. Yeah.
All right, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, the only difference is like Rhea can protect herself.
Right. Elizabeth couldn't. Right. Okay.
Out of those two, Rhea's probably the tougher.
I guess what I'm going with is don't hit the girl. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Put the girl in front of me. You can't hit the girl. Yeah.
Like if I was a professional wrestler, I'd be more worried about being hit by Rhea than I would be Dom. So
it's true.
But anyway, so Cody he wrestles Damian Priest, the main event. Ends up getting the win, despite outside interferences from Rhea and Dom. And then of course at the end, Dom runs in, hits Cody from behind. Runs out. It's just so good. Gets
that cheap shot in there. That's the third week. 3 weeks in a row he's done that to Cody.
He went like a little weasel. It's so good. He runs in.
It's a Bobby Heenan thing if I ever seen it one.
The weasel Bobby Heenan. Perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So that was Monday Night Raw. Let's hit a couple comments here.
But before we go there.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan. Now everybody knows I love Cody Rhodes. I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes. The story, the whole 9 yards, the injury, whatever. But how can you not love the Cody Cutter? Are you kidding me? That is like the best move. I mean, I just love how he goes off the mat, goes off the rope. It's just, to me, I get so excited when I see it. I just do.
It's a pretty, when it works well, it's a really smooth, move. Sometimes when the other guy's a little bit too close, it kind of looks a little bit messed up, but when that guy's set up in the middle of the ring, Cody runs over, hits off that springboards off that middle rope, and flies back and hits the cutter like that. It is a sweet move. It is.
Every time he does it, I'm like, Cody Cutter, let's go. I get excited.
You better be careful, Dave. I don't see any Cody Cutters there. Relax.
I don't know. I'm not saying. Well,
where's the wife? Tell her to stay.
You might see one or two, but I watch it. I'm like, there you go. Let's go.
All right, so Adam Glenn says Bronson Reed, who he was talking about getting a push, he should be in Money in the Bank.
Didn't he have a match for Money in the Bank, like for a qualifying match? I don't think he won that though.
No, he lost. It was to either Ricochet or Nakamura. I don't remember.
That's what it was. Okay.
One of those guys were able. I think he might have even had 2 matches for qualifiers, and I think he lost them both to Ricochet and Nakamura. But I could be wrong with that.
Okay.
Rob Hefner says it's like going through a McDonald's drive-through drunk and saying you want a Whopper. Like that. Well, we don't make those here, sir. Maiko says Chelsea had one, and it's berry shake, and she took 3 sips and said, "This sucks," and she loves to talk about it.
Oh wow!
She didn't get the grimace shakes though, did she? She didn't start twitching and then convulsing. I hope not.
Only 3 sips, Chelsea. That's it. That's all it took. Wow.
Well, it's everybody on there. They take the sip of the grimace shake. They go, "Oh, that's not bad," and then they're on the ground with purple everywhere, and it's terrifying.
I'm afraid of this shake. I'm afraid to get it now. I don't know what to expect.
Chris Mark says wrestling isn't real. We got to sit down.
Chris, we got to sit and talk about that, bud.
We're going to talk about some other things as well. There's some holidays that he may not know.
Chris, I know you have your opinion, and I understand that, and that's fine. You can say what you want. We appreciate you coming on the show. We really do. That's great. But if you travel as much as those guys do in a city every other week, or every week, I should say, and they're on the road and they're in their hotel, and
No, he's not saying, he's not telling us wrestling isn't real. There's supposed to be a question mark there. He's saying he's questioning wrestling isn't real.
Oh, I read it wrong. I'm sorry. My fault. Sorry, Chris. My fault.
There's a frowny face after it.
I didn't see the funny face. My fault.
Yeah, there's a frowny face. They're not an angry guy. That's why I heard you talking like, he thinks that Chris is saying it isn't real.
Gotcha.
It's not real.
Totally my fault, Chris. My fault on that.
Get a little bit of heat here with Cowboy Dave. Chris, better watch out. Rob Hefner says, not sure if Grimace Shake exists. I think it does. I really think it does since his birthday or something like that. I thought I saw.
I'm starting to hear this thing. I don't know. I got to check it out to make sure if it does or not.
Maiko says, if Liv needs a shoulder to cry on any time, I'm just saying, Liv, sweetheart, I'm here for you.
We know, Mako. We know.
I think she can do better. She can find better shoulder. Not something against you, Maiko, but
oh my gosh.
Carmen Abalo checking us out. What's up, Carmen? Grimace Shake is real. It's supposedly his birthday, and it's berry flavored. Carmen, did you have one of these shakes, and are you okay? Are you being held captive? Are they testing? If you are, let us know, and we will come get you. Adam Glenn says Ken doesn't watch Raw and wonders why he doesn't get paid. I do watch Raw. Yeah, Snap Red. I don't watch it live though. I usually watch it throughout the week, but I did miss a couple spots. Fast forwarding.
He's allowed to miss a match or two. Adam, it's okay.
Like I said, somebody said 3 hours. 3 hours. It's
3 hours. You got to stick with it.
There's out of 3 hours. There's probably like an hour and a half. That's really good. And the other hour and a half, it's like, oh, come on, man. Get to
usually the second hour of Raw is better than the first hour.
Yeah. Well, the first, there's like said, there's 3 hours of it. So
well, the first 20 minutes of Raw is great. Then all of a sudden it goes to this
Yeah. Well, then you also get you get that one like half hour or so where it's just all commercials and all like vignettes and stuff. And it's like I can't do it. I can't do this. I gotta hit the old fast forward button, or I go off. I start doing something. I come back. It's like, all right, they're past it. I can start watching again.
Hit that fast forward button.
Maiko says, "Holy shit! I just thought Vicky Guerrero was on the show." Hearing Dave right there.
Excuse me.
All right, so
actually, Vicky's known for her match against Stephanie back in the slot match. If you remember that, do you remember that match?
Well, wasn't that a Vicky Guerrero's retirement match?
Yeah. It was fire. Actually, it was a fired match.
Yeah, but it was a retire match.
Yep. And Steph and Vic, that was a great match. That was fun. Yep, one of Steph's better matches in her career.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a.
Steph, if you're watching, we love the match. Just let you know.
Oh, you know she's watching. What else has she got to do on Friday night?
Come on.
She's definitely watching the Atomic Drop podcast.
She better be, or she's hanging out with Triple H somewhere. Who knows?
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Like, follow, subscribe.
Steph, we love you.
All right, we're going to do a sponsor here real quick. We got Monkey Cold Coffee. Check them out at monkeycoldcoffee.com. They got bourbon chocolate chip infused, toasted coconut rum coffee. And they also have their first unflavored coffee coming up here really soon. They're getting ready to put that out for sale. A Sumatran blend. Can't wait for that. They also have some swag on their website at monkeycoldcoffee.com. T-shirts. I got the coffee mug. I got the tumbler. Both fantastic. Love them. And also the cold brew pitcher set. And that's out of this world as well. I love the cold brew. I'm going to make some actually tonight before I go to bed for tomorrow morning for our softball tournament. And that is also K-Cup adapter. So if you have a K-Cup machine, you can still use their coffee. So make sure go to monkeycoldcoffee.com. Check them out. And at checkout, type in the promo code OOTB Sports. That's OOTB Sports for 10% discount. They also have like a rum cake on there, which is really, really good as well. I can't, every product I've tried through there is really good. So I'm not blowing smoke up your skirts here, but absolutely fantastic stuff from monkeycoldcoffee.com. And not to mention that also for every bag of coffee sold, they also donate a portion of the proceeds to help with pediatric cancer research. So even if you're not if you don't like coffee, buy coffee for your neighbor, for a friend, for a coworker or relative, and just help the cancer research out for the kids and stuff like that. That's monkeycoldcoffee.com. And like I said, promo code OOTB Sports for 10% off. Hey everybody, it's me.
Hey, what's up?
All right, so from Raw.
Have you had your Monkey Cold Coffee lately, Mr. Ken?
Not today, but like I said, I'm making some tonight for tomorrow morning.
Yep. You better. You got to get up early, Bob.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, it's going to be a long day tomorrow.
You got a long day of softball tomorrow.
We got our first game's at 8 a.m. We got to be there for 6:45. And so that means we're leaving the house at 5:30. Oh, we're going.
Been there, done that. Last season, I believe me. We know.
And so I've been coaching this team for since 2019 was when we first started the program. Our first season of tournaments was 2020, and that's when we started doing the 8 a.m.s and the traveling. It's like, oh my god,
it's rough and it's a long day. I mean, the worst part is if you play that early as you are, then you have to wait like so many hours to play another game.
Well, and that's why our first game's 8 a.m. Then we get lucky enough. Our second game's 11 or 11:30. Then our next game's at like 2 or 2:30, something like that.
And it's hot in the middle of the day, man.
We're there all day. Hopefully the rain holds off, but we're there all day. It's gonna be long.
My daughter last year, I remember. We did it all last season. I know.
And hopefully we do well enough where we don't get the 8 a.m. game Sunday and have to do that shit all over again. Hopefully we get a 10:30 or 11 o'clock game.
Drive home and you got to drive back.
Yeah. So
unless you're staying there, I get that. I mean,
no, we're not. That's that's a lot of. Next weekend we're in Sewell, New Jersey.
Nice.
So we'll be staying over there because that's a 2.5 hour something like that drive.
That's a long drive. I got you.
Yeah. So before we hit Smackdown, gonna hit a couple more comments here. We have Carmen Abalo says Rikishi coming down in the main event and is going to give Roman the stink face. I said that before. I did say I feel like Rikishi's going to make an appearance sooner or later. With being the Usos' dad and stuff like that. And I feel like the Rock is gonna, make an appearance eventually. Not, maybe not as a wrestler, as a combatant, but as managers or somebody on the outside of the ring, just to bring that whole Samoan tribal chief, the family thing, together, really wrap it up nicely. I think.
Maybe, Carmen's got a Rikishi coming to the ring tomorrow. Wow.
You never know. I mean, it wouldn't shock me too much.
Carmen, if you're watching the show, and I hope you are, that would surprise me. I would really like to see that. I really would.
It would be something else to see if Rikishi come down, rip off like some tearaway pants and have that fat old ass there with his little thongs on and giving a Roman Reigns a stink face.
Just don't dance in the middle of the ring, Rikishi. That's all I ask.
I'm sure Roman never took that fat ass to the face like those guys had to during the Attitude Era and stuff like that.
They all took it. Everybody took that.
They all took it, and Vince McMahon, he took it. So it's if the boss takes it, everybody else has to take it.
I think Out of the Box Sports has something to say there.
Out of the Box Sports Entertainment says anybody who tries the Grimace Shake and sends us a video and tags OOT Box Sports, we will post your video on Twitter and Facebook. There you go.
There you go.
Your Grimace seizure, and
actually, we will post it during the show next week.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Maybe we'll play the clip on the Atomic Drop podcast as well.
Yes. So
get your Grimace Shake videos out there and make sure you hashtag OOT Box Sports. That's Out of the Box Sports, and we'll make you a star, baby.
We will make you a star. We would love to see your reaction to the Grimace Shake.
I'm gonna go get a Grimace Shake tomorrow. I want to be a star. I want to be a made star here by Out of the Box Sports Entertainment.
Mako
says that makes sense because Jay said tonight the family is talking about you, Roman, and he did. That is one of the things he said on SmackDown to end the show tonight. When the Usos came out and confronted Roman and Solo, and they did say the family's watching. The family's watching you, Roman, and what if you lose? You won't be the tribal chief no more. They don't want to be the tribal chief, and then they pointed. Well, I guess they didn't point. Roman was kind of like,
they stared. They didn't point. They stared at him.
Yeah, and, Roman was kind of like, really dismissing, that Taz and Samoa Joe want to be next to him, Solo Sikoa. And dismissing him, and then Solo kind of gave him.
I love what Jay. I think it was Jay or Jimmy. Want to say? Do you want to be the tribal chief? And they said, "Hell no."
I'm telling you right now, that's a freaking lie. I'm telling you right now. I said it last week. I still think
you said something last week that keyed me, and I didn't see it tonight. You said last week on the show, if I recall correctly, that they were wearing two different shirts, the white and the black.
Last week, this week they wore the same shirt.
Right. Yes.
I said, I seen it right away. It's like, God damn it!
That tells me they're on the same side. They're not doing anything to each other. No.
But I still think they're gonna split the Usos up. They've been together for so long.
You can't split the Usos up, Ken. Why? It doesn't make sense.
Why can't you? You split Bret Hart and the Anvil up.
Yeah, but they're the best tag team. You don't do it.
The Rockers, you split them up, right?
You gonna split the Hardys up too?
Even Legion of Doom split up for a little bit.
This is true.
I mean, come on now.
But great tag teams don't split up, and the Usos are a great tag team.
They're one of the best in history, to be honest.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
But it's one of these guys. Though they both can be, I think, single stars. I think Jimmy's is the one that
I've seen single stars go, and it only works for certain people, not all the time. But I'm just saying.
You have the family behind him.
And that comment that we saw earlier with Rikishi, I'm very excited to see that. And if that happens, I'm gonna remember that.
Well, yeah, and I do think that Rikishi's gonna be a part of this.
We even see Rikishi. When was the last time we saw Rikishi? My God,
be a part of this program somehow. Maybe if it's not tomorrow, but I think coming up to SummerSlam, leading up, I wouldn't be surprised if you have an appearance of. No,
it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm just curious. Now you got me curious for tomorrow night. I can't wait. Or by afternoon, I'm excited. I really am.
So we had the tag team championships on the line tonight on SmackDown. SmackDown was a big episode. To be 100%,
it was good.
There's a couple title matches. It's kind of like they put the matches on title matches on SmackDown because it was in London well, I guess not London. It was in Liverpool, I guess.
Liverpool, yeah.
So it was in Liverpool. So I guess these are like the title matches that they couldn't get on Money in the Bank. So maybe that's why they put them on SmackDown. You know what? We're not over here this often. Make 2 huge shows out of it. You have your Money in the Bank, and as a precursor to that, you have a couple title matches on the SmackDown because that's not a normal thing where you have 3 title matches on a weekly episodic show like either Raw or SmackDown. And it started off with KO and Sammy versus those half shirt wearing weirdos, Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly.
So glad that they lost. I cannot. Hopefully, they go away from the main event scene there.
If Sammy and Kevin lost this match, I would have been like, I'm out. I'm done. There's no way. But there was something that did trigger me in this match.
What's that?
KO kind of an ankle thing going. I don't know.
Yep. He was holding his ankle at the end. I know there's some people online asking if that was legit or not, but I don't know.
If anybody's out there watching this show, please let us know if you think that was legit on KO's part. I don't think it was, but we would love to hear your comments as well.
Yeah, and so we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see. They don't wrestle tomorrow, right? Or no, they do. Don't they?
No, they're off tomorrow night. They're off tomorrow. Yes. Which is a break for them. That's good. That's okay.
We won't see them again probably till Monday. Since they have both titles, so we'll have to wait to see what KO is doing.
Actually, Raw is in Baltimore Monday night.
Oh, there you go. Are you going?
Yes. You know what? I'm so thinking about it, Kay. I don't know. I'm a last second person, and I just might do that, because I just do kind of those things I like. So I'm 60-40 right now. I'll leave it at that.
Well, are you close to?
I'm not far from Baltimore. I'm like 2.5 hours. Not even
2.5 hours from Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
That's far. That's far enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect for me. I've been to the arena many times.
Okay.
So, yep.
Now
you really got me thinking I want to go but go ahead.
It's an episode after a pay-per-view. I mean, I don't know.
Why not?
We'll see. So.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We have Maiko. That makes sense because Jay said tonight the family is taking. Oh, I already did that one.
We read that one. Yes.
Carmen says seems like they are having a tough time to find an opponent for Roman for the title. I agree. Last 2 pay-per-views, he was in a tag match, Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania. I don't know if Rock's gonna. So here's my thought with The Rock. If you would have asked me this 6 months ago, 7 months ago, I would have said no. I don't think so. The Rock is doing too good in Hollywood, but it seems like he's been under a lot of heat in Hollywood. His movies have been tanking a little bit, so it wouldn't shock me now to see Rock wrestle Roman at WrestleMania to kind of get that shine back on his name, because this is where he came from. This is his home. This is how his stardom, his rocket was first ignited at the WWF. So that wouldn't surprise me now, but I have a hard time seeing it yet. Right. They'll have to start the build, hopefully soon. I mean, they probably could wait until the Royal Rumble. But the match would be so huge that you'd want to build it sooner, but then you also lose all those potential championship matches that Roman would have with other people along the way, because you'd want it to be a championship match between Rock and Roman, because it'd be for the head type of deal. So
back to Carmen's response here. Carmen, real quick, I want to just say you're right. First of all, Roman has beaten everybody, so there's really nobody really for him to go against. And seeing him in a tag team is very, very weird because he's been solo for so long. So I understand where you're coming from there. I do.
He's been Roman,
exactly.
Been solo.
It's so funny because I was doing the promo for the show and I kept forgetting that Roman wasn't a solo match because he's never, I'm not used to him being a solo match or a tag team match anymore because he's always solo. So Carmen, I know exactly where you're coming from. I really do. Yeah,
that doesn't seem like there's anybody really left. He's beaten everybody. I mean, the only person that I could think of is Gunther.
That's true.
And that's the only person I could think of that legitimately could probably give him a heck of a shot. I
don't think Gunther would beat Roman, but that's just me. I
mean, who's beat Gunther? I mean, Gunther has beat
everybody.
Yeah, he's at a year or over a year or whatever the hell it is, and he's been dominant. There has
I can't deny that
he's been dominant. He's probably been the most dominant wrestler on the roster, since gaining that Intercontinental Championship. And
time out. I agree with what you're saying, and that's true. But
why'd you put time out, Dave?
I'm sorry, but don't forget about my man Austin Theory has been holding that U.S. title for the longest time.
Yeah, but has he been dominant? No, he's been winning through backhanded ways. Where Gunther does not win backhanded ways. Gunther gets in the ring and beats the shit out of you.
This is true.
Because I agree with the Austin Theory. He's had that U.S. title for a long time.
Long time.
I think it's coming to an end after tonight. We'll get to that in a little bit. But Austin Theory's been winning in backhanded ways, cheap ways. Heel ways. Whereas you see Gunther when he wrestles, it's usually a legit in the middle of the ring 1, 2, 3. There's no outside interference. The big matches, I should say, like in pay-per-views and stuff.
All right, big man, I have a question for you, and I want you to answer this completely. Would you take a chop from Gunther?
Ooh, man.
Think about that for a second.
You bring this up.
I know Meko's getting knocked out of the ring. I get that. But would he take a chop from Gunther too? I would love to know that answer.
Yeah, Maiko's getting knocked out while he's sparring by Trigger Strayshawn Wiggins. Have been knocking our boy poor Paul out. But so I did see a video. I don't remember who it was. It was just a regular everyday Joe had his T-shirt off, and there was a professional wrestler. I can't remember. I can't think of who the hell it was. I wanted to remember this because I wanted to bring it up on the show, but of course I forgot. That's why I write stuff down, because I forget shit all the time, and it pisses me off.
You and I both.
And but it was I can't remember who, but he gave him a straight chop to the chest, and instantly the dude's chest turned bright red. And
I saw that. I think I saw that this morning. I was watching that, as a matter of fact. And the guy took the chop, and he's like, "Oh, that hurt."
Oh, I might have actually shared it to our message group. I don't know.
I think you did. I think that's where I saw it.
I can't remember who the wrestler was, but I'll tell you what. If there was a certain amount of money on it, I think I would take the chop. I'm not an expensive kind of guy. It'd only have to be like $100 or something, maybe even $50. I'd still take the chop to the chest.
Ooh.
But you have to remember, Dave, the pain's temporary.
I get it, but it hurts.
Sure, it hurts, It's gonna hurt probably for a little while.
A chop from Gunther, you'll probably feel for a week.
You're gonna be sore, but it might be worth it in the end. You gotta get notoriety for taking a chop from Gunther, and you're gonna get $50 out of it too. So,
but this is true. But your take on Gunther, he has been a great Intercontinental champion. I cannot deny that. Really. When he first won it, I was like, I'll hold it for a few months, but I didn't think he'd hold it this long. But
he's been pretty much done.
Kudos to Gunther, aka Walter.
Excuse me. When I see Gunther, you know who I think of right away? I think of Cesaro. I think this is what WWE wanted Cesaro to be.
Okay.
Remember Cesaro?
Yes. Yeah. He's doing good in other federation.
Something like that over in AEW or like I don't know what his name is now. But I feel like because everybody wanted Cesaro to get over. Everybody wanted Cesaro to be the champion, to be dominant, because he could have been the Swiss Superman. He could have been, absolutely. He had the look, he had the skill set, he had the power. Wasn't great on the mic, but I felt like he was getting better. But for some reason, he never got that push. And here's Gunther just being absolutely dominant, one of the top people in the business right now. And I think that's what the fans, and that's what I think WWE wanted Cesaro to be. And now we have Gunther doing it. So
Imperium's kicking butt, though. Imperium is really on fire right now.
Action right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that. The Kaiser fellow, I'm not a big fan of him.
Are you not a Kaiser guy?
No, I'm not a Kaiser. Well, and I think that's the point of it. He kind of walks with his nose in the air, the hand behind the back, and he talks down with his German accent.
I got you. No, I like Imperium. I do. They're exciting. I mean, not always exciting, but they're just fun to watch. They are. Yeah. But they're so serious. They got that serious look that we can't lose.
So we have Adam Glenn saying you can't break up the Usos. The fans love them.
Adam's with me.
Fans love the Rockers. They broke the Rockers up. I'll always go back to that. The fans.
Sean broke the Rockers up.
Yeah.
He threw Marty through the window.
The barbershop window.
Yep.
Seeing Bruce Barber Beefcake's ass cheeks all the time.
Out of the box sports.
Out of the box sports will be at Payback in Pittsburgh. Come out and join them. So if you're out in Pittsburgh, head out there and go to Payback and seek out Dave and Paul and say what?
Come and say hi. Would love to say hi to you.
We have Adam says, how is Dave a Cowboys fan living in Philly?
Adam, we're not going to go there. We're not going there tonight.
Dave, it's out of the box sports, baby.
I get it. It's a long story. I just don't have time for that right now.
It's a long story?
It's a long story.
Here, I'm a Mets fan. I live close to Philadelphia. I live 2 hours from Philadelphia. I'm a Mets fan. You want to know why?
I got it.
Because the Phillies suck. That's
right. They lost to the Nationals today, actually.
Yeah, and the Mets lost again, too. So whatever.
They lose again? They were up 4-2. What happened?
The same thing that happens all the time, Dave. The bullpen goes in and we don't hit the ball again.
You missed your closer continuously, I'll tell you.
You miss a lot of things continuously.
You missed your closer. Anyway.
Carmen says, I read somewhere Gunther is supposed to win this year's Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't surprise me either.
And I expect him to actually drop the Intercontinental. Well, you know what? If he holds on to the Intercontinental title to WrestleMania and wrestles Roman, belt for belt type of deal, like a Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior thing, that would be insane. That would be awesome, I think.
I totally agree.
And that has potential of steal the show potential.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you one thing. Triple H loves Gunther. So
he's dominating. So why not? Carmen says, I think Solo can eventually turn and challenge Roman next. I agree. I don't know how soon. I don't know if Solo's really at that point where he can be like a main event kind of guy. If they push him too early, then I think it's the same thing's going to happen to him. What happened to Roman early on when they were pushing Roman after the Shield.
Carmen, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Solo had a chance to turn on Roman, 2 weeks now, 2-3 weeks in a row, and has done it yet. So I don't think I don't see that coming. I don't see that happening.
I do see it happening.
Okay, maybe you will.
We're at odds.
Hey, that's what makes this show so great.
Maiko said, yes, I got Stone Cold knocked out, but if I can take a punch from the 12th ranked boxer in the world, you both can take a chop from Gunther. Hey, I said I would do it for 50.
No, he can do it, not me. I'm not doing No.
Well, I got so much fat on my chest that I got a buffer.
I wouldn't wake up until Tuesday.
What day is it? It's the year 2064, David.
Right. Yeah, exactly. A chop from Gunther? No. Oh, wow. Mako.
And the asshole Braves won again today, 16-4.
They beat the Marlins today, didn't they?
I don't know who they're playing. Marlins? Yes. The Marlins. Chris Mark says, I agree, Philly sucks. Like I said, he's a Boston fan and a Giants fan.
Thank you for that comment, Chris.
So hey, Chris, just to let you know, buddy, we do have a Giants show.
Yes.
Big Power Hour, so make sure you check that out. And like I said, Chris, you could always come on and do a Boston Red Sox podcast, buddy, and
knock it out of the park.
let me know, and we'll figure something out. Adam Glenn, Ken 86, and not former, forever. I know he's saying forever.
86 forever.
I know how to speak Adamese. So we move on with more SmackDown talk.
Okay.
Go ahead and do another read for our sponsor. A sponsor read. Let me get the tongue out of my mouth here. Another sponsor read. Jay Fine. Here we go.
There you go.
All right, we got Jay Fine Law, aka Attorney Big Al. You can reach Big Al at 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Jay Fine, they specialize in motor vehicle accidents, slip and fall, workman's comp, and personal injury claims. You can call Jason 24/7 directly at 267-962-4895, or our boy, the Asian persuasion himself, Maiko Spencer, at 267-303-7324 for a free consultation. They now have 3 office locations throughout Pennsylvania and the Garden State, New Jersey. The first office located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120 in the city of brotherly love. The phone number there is 267-888-2980. Then also in the state of Pennsylvania, the Keystone State out there in Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Their location is 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And the number there is 412-365-8151. And last but not least, in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, the Garden State of New Jersey. And that's located at 3 Greensward Lane, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And the phone number there is 856-209-5258. That's Jay Fine Law, Attorney Big Al. Make sure you tell them the Atomic Drop podcast guys sent you.
1-800-HURT-123.
All right, so back to SmackDown recap.
You might need Jay Fine if you get a chop from Gunther.
People are like, what happened? Like, that's a motor vehicle accident in my chest. I swear to God it is.
It's like getting hit by a train.
It was a Volkswagen Bug. So we had Austin Theory wrestling Ridge Holland from the Brawling Brutes. Mm-hmm. I was not a big fan of this match. I thought it was, I don't know.
The ending was so weird.
Yeah, well,
I thought.
We had last week had Ridge Holland get attacked by Solo, where he got the old thumbnail in the throat. So I kind of figured they'd use that as a weakness, but the way they used it, it's like, that's really weak. Like, Ridge is a big dude. Yeah. And so he ended up taking the rope to the neck, and then he took a chop to the neck. Yep. And then he got pushed into the ropes. The neck flew back and pinned 1, 2, 3. I think that was it.
It was a tumble through the rope, drop kick, and then the match was over.
And so he's holding his throat. He can't breathe.
and my man Theory gets the win, which is good. I'm okay with that.
Theory starts, for whatever reason, starts stomping Ridge Holland, and that brings my boy out, Sheamus. Sheamus is my dude.
Yes.
Sheamus came out, chased Theory out of the ring, which is smart for Theory to do, because the Celtic Warrior would have stomped his ass.
Well, the Celtic Warrior got his butt kicked last week.
And so the what'd you say?
I said the Celtic Warrior got beat up last week.
He didn't get beat up.
Yes,
he lost. He lost. All right. Hang on. He also beat on Solo a good bit too. I think it was back and forth. All right.
Yeah, didn't Solo put him through the barrier though?
Yeah, but that was the ending. I mean, I'm talking about the whole match as a whole.
I didn't see the whole match. I only saw the ending.
Sheamus put a beat down on. Well, you know what, Dave? Then you should think before you speak. All right, but anyway, so like I said, I wasn't a big.
I saw your boy on the ground just laying there when he got hit by Solos. I figured
he was out cold. Yes,
he was out cold.
I wasn't a big fan of the match here between Austin Theory and Ridge Holland, but I was really excited to see Sheamus come down and potentially set up a match between Austin Theory and Sheamus, maybe for the U.S. title. And I think that's going to be terrific because Sheamus is a hell of a worker, a very stiff worker.
No doubt.
Long matches. And we know Theory, the way he's been winning, very underhanded, but he is a really good worker. He can go long as well. So I think that has the potential of being a really nice match, well executed and stuff like that. And there's no, I can't think of any reason why anybody would come in and interfere with that match. There's no, You
No,
know,
I don't see anybody. No.
have issue with like anybody else where like, he'll be wrestling Austin Theory and this guy comes down and breaks it up, to screw Sheamus. Like, I don't see that happening. So I think it would be a legit match where there's no outside interference. So I think
unless the Brutes mess it up for Sheamus.
And that could be, but you never know. And hopefully, I don't see it happening, but maybe there's a potential he could set it up for tomorrow, but I doubt it.
Fight night.
Match. And Sheamus did not wrestle today, so I mean,
Sheamus, he was off tonight.
There's always potential where they add matches late, off of SmackDown, like a little minor feud. I'll get to it now. Like at the end, the main event was the women's title match between Charlotte Flair and Asuka. I love Asuka. Yeah. Asuka's awesome. I love Asuka.
Are you ready for Asuka?
So that match was going along pretty well. And like I said last week, I'm telling you what's going to happen. You're going to have Bianca Belair in the stands, and there she was waving her little ticket. I
got my ticket.
She kept doing it, and she got a kick in the mouth for it. And then she gets out there. For some reason, she attacks Asuka, which ends up getting Charlotte Flair DQ'd. So I have a feeling that they're going to add this match to tomorrow. Like why wouldn't they? Unless
they could. Would that be a triple threat?
Yeah, it would be a triple threat. But would they add that for tomorrow, or would they hold that until SummerSlam? What do you think?
I think they hold it till SummerSlam.
The more I think about it, it's such a huge match. I think you could build that more. You could have a couple one-off matches like Charlotte versus Bianca, Bianca versus Asuka, Asuka versus
Bianca's ticked off because she didn't get a rematch. That's why.
Yeah, and which is understandable, but like Maiko said last week, the queen doesn't wait for anybody. She's the queen for a reason. She doesn't wait in line.
She's the head of the line, baby.
So there it is. I mean, so they could do a nice build up before SummerSlam and be a nice fatal three way. All three women can wrestle. They're really very, very, very good at their job. So that was the main event tonight. You also had a couple combatants from the men's ladder match in a match. You had Butch versus Santos
Escobar.
Escobar and LA Knight. And I'll tell you what, LA Knight, go over. And I'll tell you, so hear me out, Dave. I'm watching LA Knight walk out there, and I've been thinking about this for like the last couple of times I've seen him on TV. I keep getting the Stone Cold vibes from him. Like he reminds me so much, like the way he walks down to the ring when he's talking. I can picture Stone Cold doing like the same strut, the same walk, talking to the crowd. The voice is almost identical in my head,
right?
And like some of his head movements, and and that thing he does, yeah. It reminds me so much of when Stone Cold had his what gimmick. Like they're still doing it today.
You are dead on that. You are dead on that.
In the show, they're what? Like when I see him doing the thing, that reminds me of what? I'm like, Jesus Christ, this dude is like almost like today's Stone Cold. I feel like he's going to get a huge push. I don't know if it's going to be through Money in the Bank or not, but I feel like he's going to be absolutely freaking huge if he can stay on this path and not get hurt or have anything like screwy happen, like a DUI or something where they bury his ass or something in the card. But I really feel like he's primed for a huge push.
Well, it's funny you should say that because the crowd, just like they were with Stone Cold, they love LA Knight.
Yeah,
they love LA Knight. And I heard somewhere that LA Knight, Triple H saved his job or something. They weren't going to keep him going with that gimmick, but it's working. And I'm glad Triple H saved it because everybody loves LA Knight. And I'll tell you, when we do our predictions, I'll let you know how I feel about that match coming up.
And we're slowly creeping to our predictions.
I'm excited. I can't wait to get started. I'm very excited.
So what else do we have? We had Bayley versus Shotzi.
Saved her. Yes.
Bayley's spot in Money in the Bank was on the line here. Io Skies accepted it for Bayley, and Bayley was pissed, kinda. So you had Bayley and Shotzi. There's some shenanigans on the outside from Io that helped Bayley win this match.
Yeah.
All right. Fast forward through that. I like Shotzi. I like I think
damage control, baby.
Again, all three of those girls can go.
Bayley, no doubt. Bailey's
fantastic. Awesome. Shotzi's very good. And so there's some shenanigans there. So then it cuts back to the backstage. You have Bayley and Io talking. I don't know if it was like a medical room or something like that. It looked medical to me.
And
then you had Shotzi come in and confront them, kind of give them the shit.
Well, she did that last week too, so kind of like they continued that from last week.
And so she comes back, she gives them some shit, and she ends up hitting them, fighting with them. It's 2 versus 1. I don't know what you thought was going to happen. They slapped her ass on the table, and I didn't see this part coming. They cut her hair. And
I was just going to say, someone got a haircut.
And so I was talking to my old man on the phone, where I was talking about tomorrow's softball game, and I was sending him the address and stuff, and he was like 2 seconds. His TV for some reason was like 5 seconds ahead of mine. So he's watching. Oh, they cut her hair. I said, whose hair? And then they slammed her on the table. I'm like, oh shit, they cut her hair. But anyway, I said it's been a long time since we had a good hair match. You don't see them anymore. We used to have the hair, hair versus hair match. Like, I got really excited all of a sudden. Like I used to like the hair matches because of the payoff at the end where somebody loses their hair.
Adrian Adonis, Roddy Piper. Remember that match? Yep.
Like the last one that I can remember. I'm sure I'm missing some, but CM Punk losing his hair.
Oh, that's right.
I remember who that was against, but I was just watching the clip of it recently. I feel like was it against Rey Mysterio or
it might have been. It might have been
that whole program because that was during the Straight Edge Society or right before the Straight Edge Society.
Didn't Vince lose his hair to Trump too?
Vince lost his hair to Trump. Yes, and that might have been WrestleMania.
That was WrestleMania. Yep.
Stone Cold was a special guest referee. You had Bobby Lashley versus Umaga.
Yep.
So and then you had Trump, tackle Vince and
they put Vince in the chair and they swing that thing.
With Trump with the baby hands throwing little haymakers. But anyway, so I was super excited for them. Like, I hope they do a hair match for the women. That'd be something else.
But back to that match, it was a really good. It was a good match, and I'm glad Bayley won. I didn't think Bayley would lose her spot in Money in the Bank.
I didn't think so either.
That was going to happen.
But this I said this to my dad while we're still on the phone during that match. I said I think they're going to add Shotzi to the Money in the Bank match now because the men have 7 combatants and the women have 6. Right. So
they might add Shotzi. Possibility.
I mean, so I think that'd be awesome if they added Shotzi to it. Mm-hmm. So that'd be that whether or not they're going to go that way.
Shotzi has worked hard. Coming from NXT, she's really worked her way up, and I wish her luck too because she's done really well.
So that's all I have for SmackDown. So before we get to our next topic, we're going to hit some more comments again.
Okay.
Here we go. We got Maiko saying, Red Sox, Chris, message me. We can make it happen.
See, Chris, Maiko's going to give you a job.
Carmen Abalo, our boy Carmen here, lighting us on fire. Do either of you see the Money in the Bank winner attempting to cash in on Roman?
No.
I could see it. I put it this way: I could see the winner cashing in.
If he cashed in a Roman,
but
he's not going to win.
Yeah, I don't think. And here's my thought: I don't know if this would actually happen or not. But if for some reason, no, I don't know. So one of the things that Roman said tonight was that he says he'll always give the Usos a chance to make things right, to come back. And he gave stipulations. We got to,
third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance,
kiss the ring type of shit,
right? And
beg. But it makes me wonder if something like that were to happen. Well, let's say just all things being equal, tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, the Usos decimate Roman. He's out cold, middle of the ring. You have Solo, for some reason turns with the Usos, and you have let's say. For some reason, let's say Butch. I don't know. I'm just picking at the top of my head. That's not my prediction. Let's say Butch wins the Money in the Bank from the Brawling Brutes. He comes running down with his briefcase. He's all excited and stuff like that, and he gives the case to the referee. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. The bruiserweight champion, I guess they used to call him, and ring the bell. And so he's getting ready to beat Roman. Roman staggers up. Well, then the Usos jump in and help Roman. Not to help Roman but he's still family. You know what I mean? Like, he's still family. Right. We're mad at him right now. It's like one of those.
So he's just beat up on Butch, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. And Roman's not going to go down this way because it has been so long that he's had that title. But I
don't see that happening.
It'd be interesting.
Whoever wins Money in the Bank, I don't think they're going to cash in tomorrow. I just won't. No.
So yeah,
If they were to do that, that would be crazy. But then again,
well, I'll tell you what. We're going to get to our predictions here in a couple minutes. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. What I think is going to happen. I do think there's going to be some surprises, but let me get through these.
I do too.
Chris Marks saying Sheamus was just resting his eyes against Solo last week.
Yes. Okay, now I understand. Okay,
he's back overseas. He's close to home, so I'm sure he's meeting with family, maybe staying up late at night. So I'm sure he was probably tired.
He probably was.
Warriors get tired.
Oh, okay.
Adam Glenn says triple threat at SummerSlam. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too now.
Yeah.
Carmen says LA Knight is 40. He better get a push soon. And I'll tell you, but Stone Cold, he wasn't all that young either when he got all of his heat. When he got his big push, he was around for a long time before that, with all different types of gimmicks.
I mean, but knock on wood, with LA Knight being 40 at his age, his injury level is pretty good. I mean, he's been injury free for a long time. So, he's one of those guys. Don't get it that like he just keeps going. Like, his injury wasn't as bad. Still Cold had bad knees, but LA Knight doesn't. He's pretty good like that.
And to say he's 40 now, Carmen, I know you're old like me. Our 40 is different than his 40. He's pretty well put together. And, you figure if you think about it, he probably has a good 7 to 10 years of solid, peak performance in him yet. Before he kind of starts going downhill, especially at the shape he's in.
Right.
So a push now would be, better late than never kind of a thing. I don't think it's too late yet, but yeah. So before we move on to our next topic at hand, which is Money in the Bank predictions, I'm going to do another read here, a couple things here. So we have coming up here on Saturdays at 11 a.m. We have Fuji's Philly Flair. We'll be talking all Philadelphia, just not sports, but also like entertainment and just Philly stuff, basically. So make sure
I'm looking forward to that. I really am.
Yeah, absolutely. See how the other side is. The big city folk.
Check out our man Fuge.
I'm just a little guy, and I'm a country bumpkin, as they call it. Curious to see how the city folk live. So make sure you check out Fuji's Philly Flair Saturdays at 11 a.m. And coming up very soon, we have a old school show coming up here. Joe Sullivan is reintroducing his old school show. And the first episode is going to be Old School New York Mets. We'll be talking myself. I'll be his special guest.
You're the special guest?
I will be the special guest that week. And we'll be talking your 80s Mets, your late 80s Mets. Only one World Series off of a team that probably should have won multiple. And we'll talk about how they got there, how they won that World Series, and what happened after. Why did they not win multiple World Series? And we'll have a whole bunch of other old school type shows and different hosts with Joe, like old school Atlanta Braves, maybe 1980s. I think it was 49ers I seen or something like that. So a lot of different type of old school, different sports type stuff, and maybe even venture out of sports with it. So the old school's gonna be a lot of fun. That debut, I believe, is looking like July 11th. But we'll nail that down and get a promo out as soon as we can. We're just working on a time because that's July 11th is also the All-Star game. So we're thinking about doing it before the All-Star game. Kind of, like a
pre-All-Star game, kind of.
What's that?
I said a pre-game before the All-Star game.
A little pre-game before the All-Star game. So
there you go. Out of the box is rolling. I'm telling you,
we got all sorts of stuff going here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'll do? While we're doing it, let's do the show schedule now. The hell with it. Yeah, so our show schedule, we have 4 p.m. on Mondays, the Joystick Junkies. 6 p.m. the Soli Squad. 8:30 p.m. is the Big Blue Power Hour, talking New York Giant football. Tuesdays at 8:30, Extra Innings. My boy Cowboy Dave here is on Extra Innings with Joel Sullivan, talking all Major League Baseball. Wednesdays is at 10 a.m. You have the Bat Cave with myself. 8 p.m. College Football Frenzy coming back here at the end of July. They'll be making their triumphant return. 8 or 9:30 p.m. You have Dem 215 boys talking Dallas Cowboy football with our boy Maiko Spencer and Cowboy Dave again, and the Tower of Power. I believe he's still on the show.
Yes, he is.
Thursdays, you have Big Mike at 8 p.m. You have Big Mike's 4for4 Locker Room podcast talking all Philly sports. Fridays at 10:30 p.m., of course, you have the Atomic Drop podcast. Saturdays at 10 p.m., you have Vegas Sports Scene with myself and Vegas Rob making his triumphant return next Saturday. That's 10 p.m. on Saturdays, talking Vegas sports. And coming soon, Fuji's Philly Flair. Like I said, that will be Saturdays at 11 a.m. A Commander's Gridiron show. That's coming up, I believe.
We have a Washington Commander show? I had no idea.
Washington Commander show. Coming up. That's coming up in July, called Commander's Gridiron. NFC East Roundtable. All those NFC East teams getting together. Now that we got a Washington show. Pre and post game shows for Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. A debate show. It's a debate show, not a masturbate, a debate show. And the Old School Hour. I'm really excited for that Old School Hour with Sully. Sully's fantastic. He's so smart.
Is that the show? Is that what it's called? The Old School Hour?
Old School Hour. Sully's so smart with all of his sports and stuff like that. I'm really excited to get on there with him and learn from. Whoa, look at that! It changed.
Wow, where'd that come from?
So I'm super excited to have for the Old School Hour. It's gonna be a lot of fun talking old school Mets with a Phillies fan. So
sounds like a plan. That sounds like fun.
All right, so now we have the Money in the Bank predictions, preview, whatever you want to call it. I will call it. Hell, we can call it both if we want to.
Call it what you will.
So let me go green there. A little bit more green. There it is. So anyway.
Wow.
So do you want to go off first with your
Sure, I definitely will. First match.
There it is. I didn't know we had a thing for it, an overlay.
Oh, wow, we do. Look at that.
Paul is the man back there. There's
7 matches. It's a lot.
All right, so
where do we start?
Wait, Dave.
Where do we start? Let's go Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's go men's.
Well, it's the top in the left-hand corner, so we'll start men's ladder match. I'll let you go first.
Sounds good. We have we have Ricochet, Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Butch, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul. Logan Paul, where did he come from? But Logan Paul. This is gonna be fun. I don't think it's gonna be the first match of the night. It might be. I don't know. But it's going to be very, very interesting. I'm kind of like eliminating the guys that I know is not going to win this match. I mean, I don't think Butch has a chance, to be honest with you. I don't think Ricochet is going to win. Nakamura, I don't think it's his match either. Actually, I'm going out of the not really out of the box, but I'm going with the guy with all the fans want. My prediction to win this match is your boy, L.A. Knight. That's right. I'm going with L.A. Knight. That's my prediction.
All right. And so, I'll tell you, me originally, I was on a Damian Priest train, and I'm like, man, watching this L.A. Knight dude, I feel like it's his for the taking. But I'm still going Damian Priest because I there's certain ways I think are going to go down, and it's only going to go down if Damian Priest can win. And so I also agree. I don't think it'll be the match that leads the show. But I think it's going to be in the middle. I don't think it's going to be the main event, even though it is a Money in the Bank, pay-per-view. You think it would be the ladder match, but anyway, I'm thinking Damian Priest. And again, I don't see Butch. I don't see Ricochet. Those guys are there pretty much for their high-flying abilities, their spots. They're going to do crazy-ass stuff, especially Ricochet. The dude's a maniac. Mm-hmm. He's certifiably insane. And so he's going to do some crazy stuff. Same thing with Logan Paul. Hate on Logan. I don't like Logan Paul one bit, but the dude can wrestle.
I'm not saying. I mean, he's a name as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he's good. I'm not saying he's not bad. I mean, but yeah, my daughter Faith goes, she goes, Logan Paul.
My daughter said the same thing. I was watching it when I was setting the show up here, and my daughter goes, Logan Paul. Logan Paul's a wrestler? I said, I don't know, sometimes. So And that's I believe Maiko picked. I think Maiko picked Logan Paul to win. That's what it looks
Did
like.
he?
I think that's his little gimmick picture right there. Maiko says, "Who's the damn underdog guy picking?" That's underdog. Yeah, that's who it is. Underdog. I can't see it.
Underdog?
That's underdog. The underdog is smarty. He must think outside the box. Logan Paul. So underdog is taking Logan Paul.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead. Are you gonna say something?
All right. So let's go back. Let's go to match number 2.
All right. So we have the ladies Money in the Bank match.
Yep.
You have Io Sky. You have Becky Lynch. You have I can't think of that.
Zelina.
Zelina. That's a Zelina.
Zelina Vega. Yes.
Zelina. Mm-hmm. You know that messes with my head. You have Bailey. You have, for whatever, God knows why, Grandma Trish Stratus in there. She's gonna break a hip, guys. She's gonna break a hip. She's never been in Money in the Bank before. This is the first time. Dude, I don't understand why she's in this match. To be 100% honest with you, and
Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark, her protege, the person she's mentoring, I guess you could say. So basically, they're one person. Her and Zoe Stark are basically one person.
Correct. Correct.
So I don't know. Trish isn't gonna win. No. I think Zoe has a chance to win, but I think it's too soon for her because she's fairly new. I don't think Becky's gonna win. I think she's outnumbered in this match with Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus. I think that whole thing's still going on. Okay. So I think it to Zelina, Bailey, and Io Sky. Mm-hmm. And you figure Bailey and Io Sky together, they can eliminate Zelina, but then that leads to partners there, Bailey and Io Sky from
Damage Control.
Yeah. So I picked Io Sky.
Wow.
Underdog also picked Io Sky.
Okay.
What about
you? I'm changing the pick here.
Oh.
I am. I've eliminated a lot of people. I'm down to 2. I'm down to 2, and I don't know where to go with this. Number 1, I'm going to go with Bailey. She's won Money in the Bank before. She's been there. She's done that. I think if to be a 2-time champion would be, a 2-time Money in the Bank winner would be great. My number 2, I got to go with her. I have to. There's no other way. It's Becky in the Bank. How can you not put Becky in Money in the Bank and Becky doesn't win money? So I'm down to Becky. I'm down to Bailey. And if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with Becky in the Bank.
Now, if it was steampunk Becky, or if it was the man Becky Lynch, I would agree with you. I would lean more towards that. But now it's big time Bex or something like that. Big time
Bex with Bex.
No, her time is up now. She needs to get back to her roots. She needs to get tough again.
Wow. See, I think Becky wins. I just do. If Bailey wins, great. I'm okay with it. Like I said, 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Great. But Becky in the Bank, can't go wrong.
All right. So now we got our singles matches real quick here. Before I do that, let me hit some comments.
Okay.
Ken is Big Country. I am.
Okay.
Maiko Spencer says Commanders Gridiron July 25th. Commander fans, get ready. They're out there. A lot of Washington fans, especially where I live. We got a decent mix of NFC East fans where I am. A decent mix of a lot of Eagles, obviously. But you also have your Giants fans, you have your Commanders fans, and you have your Cowboys fans. So I think that's gonna be a great show. 6:30 p.m. Maiko says, "Who's the damn underdog guy picking?" Okay, we just did that.
Did that? Did that. Right.
Adam Glenn says, "Priest wins. LA Knight wins next year." I think LA Knight's too big next year to even be in it. I think he'll be in a different type of feud where it won't even be a part of.
Adam, I got to be honest. I am not a Priest guy. I'm just not. I guess I like Damien when he first came out. He had the big arrow, did the arrow thing, Yeah. I was a fan with that, but I'm just not a Priest dude. I don't know. Weird.
Adam says Becky wins, so he's with you there.
Yep.
Maiko says guys over 50 love Trish. Well, this Wilder guy's not me. I'm still in my 30s. You wish you were in your 30s.
You wish you were in your 30s. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, old lady Trish. There ain't no way she's gonna break a hip in there, and that's.
I don't see Trish winning this.
I still don't understand why she's even in it. But anyway, so now we got Cody Rhodes versus Dom.
Oh,
You want to start this one off?
I will. This match to me is really. Is it pushing Dom or is Cody just going to continue his way up the ladder to get to Roman? I don't know, but I'm going with Cody on this one. I'm going with Cody.
I'm also going with Cody. I think Cody's gonna, for the most part, dominate it. Of course, there's gonna be a point where Dom's gonna, have Cody down a little bit. But I what's up?
There's something in this match that I didn't get a chance to say.
Go ahead, go for it.
I'm seeing a Viper in this match.
Oh,
yes, and I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because we haven't seen him in a long time.
No.
I keep hearing rumors that a Viper is going to be in the match, but my ending to this match is kind of weird the way I see it. I see a new Intercontinental Champion. The Viper in this match is going to help the tag team partner in this match win the Intercontinental title. But here's the thing.
We're on a different match.
What match am I on?
You're talking about Gunther and
I'm sorry. Wrong match. Cody. I'm sorry.
We're talking. You got a little excited.
Sorry. My fault. I got excited. I did.
100%.
No, I said Cody wins. Cody wins.
All right, to be 100% honest with you, Dave, I was a little bit concerned for myself. I'm like, did I just black out and wake up?
No, I didn't.
Matches. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Wrong match. My fault.
Okay, so all right, so you have Cody and Dom. I think Cody wins. I think Dom does get a little bit of work in there on Cody, but I think it turns out Cody wins. Cody wins clean. I think Rhea tries to get involved. Either she's going to get kicked out from ringside, or somebody else is going to come down and help Cody. Like we talked about last week, Cody's wife,
right?
Training in wrestling as well.
Right.
So I also picked Cody. The underdog also picked Cody as well. So now we move on to Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor. And so
this match kills that. This match is going to kill it. It's going to turn the house. It's going to just break the house down. It is. This match is going to be great. It is.
It is going to be fantastic. To be 100% honest, this is the one I'm most excited about for a couple different reasons. But
tear the house down. That's what I meant to say.
Maiko says Out of the Box Sports will now be doing random drug tests on hosts after that Cowboy game.
I'm sorry, I went to the wrong match.
No, you're good, buddy. We're just yanking on your.
No, it's fine. I messed up. I apologize.
All right, no, you don't have to apologize. It's just we're just messing around, buddy. It's all good in the hood. It's all good.
I jumped to the match that I was excited.
But yeah, I'm so excited for this match with Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor. And I said the Demon's going to come out, but you know what? I think
you think the Demon comes out in this match.
I agree with you. I don't think the Demon does come out.
No, I don't think.
Just because I forgot the Demon. He was the Demon Finn Balor for the match for the Universal title when he won it 8.5 years ago, whatever the hell that was. And I forgot that he was a Demon then. I'm like, so I don't think he's going to be the Demon again. So, no. but I do think it's going to be a fantastic match. And here's where I'm getting squirrely with it. I said I think Damian Priest is going to win the men's Money in the Bank match. So that means the Money in the Bank match has to be before this match. And so if Damian Priest wins that match, I think either Seth wins and Damian Priest cashes it in on Seth, and that's going to piss Finn Balor off and cause a rift in Judgment Day, or Finn Balor wins. He's in the ring celebrating. Judgment Day's down there patting him on the back. Damian Priest cashes in on Finn, and either way, Judgment Day is going to have an issue. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I want to happen. So I think the place will go nuts, especially after a crazy main event or co-main event, whatever it would be. So I'm taking Seth freaking Rollins, and I think Damian Priest is going to cash in that night on Seth Rollins, and the underdog also is taking Seth Rollins.
So you think? Wow. I didn't even think of that until you said it. Okay. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Seth wins the match. But Do I see a turn on? Do I see? I think Finn turns on Judgment Day. That's what I'm thinking. That's just
Yeah.
I
And so you know Finn doesn't want Judgment Day to help him, because if they help him, then it doesn't look legit, or he gets DQ'd. So, so you know he's going to want them not to be at ringside to help. And you know they'll Judgment Day has their own thing going on as well. You know, Judgment Day has Damian Priest has the ladder match, and you have Dom and Rhea Cody match. So
Cody, they got their hands full tomorrow.
Yeah. And so you look ahead at the next match then. So we have Gunther versus
now we're at the match I was
before with Matt Riddle. So I'll let you go ahead and take this away. You go ahead.
I can't believe I said that. I'm lost.
Oh, it's all right. Hit the reset.
No, it's not. I apologize, everybody. Sorry, guys. Okay. As I was saying, we're back to that Gunther Riddle match. I think we have an Intercontinental champion. I do. I think Riddle wins, but I think Viper helps him out to win it. And then I think the Viper turns on Riddle. That's just me.
All right. So I think Riddle's gonna win also. And no, I think we're switching. I think I picked Gunther to win. I picked Gunther.
I was gonna say.
I think I agree with you, Randy Orton though. I've been hearing that Randy Orton's coming back, and I do believe Randy Orton's going to get involved in the match. And I think Riddle's going to be getting his ass handed to him out there by Imperium. I think Randy Orton's going to come out and help him. I don't think Randy's going to turn on Riddle right away, but I do think he's going to turn on Riddle.
Okay.
Yeah, I think eventually it's going to happen.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to be right away. You'll have Randy's return. You'll have RK Bro and all that other nonsense that I didn't like.
Which I'm a fan of. You know, I love RK Bro. It's one of my favorites.
You're a fan of it.
I am. I always have been. I loved it because, you know why? I'm going to say why I loved it, because Randy had a promo way back where he said, "This is the most fun I've had in 20 years." So to me, that was just that hit me when he said that.
But look where it got him though. It got him on the injured list. All that fun.
It did, but he was having a great time. They were great together. It was just fun. They were having fun, and that's just why fun was where they were winning and having fun. Yeah.
All right. So before we move on, let's hit a couple more comments again before I get too far behind and I forget where I was at.
Right.
We have Adam Glenn. Cody wins but gets attacked by Brock. I could see that happening very easily. They're not. I don't think those guys.
He's been dogging Brock the last couple promos. Yeah.
So Maiko says, "Let's think outside the box." This is where Brandy Rhodes comes out to surprise Rhea. Yeah. Like we Maiko and myself were talking about last week on the show when you came on as well, Dave. We were talking about Brandy Rhodes being training as a wrestler and stuff like that, and so
I think Rhea's hurt.
She hasn't been wrestling a whole lot. So,
that's what I'm saying. I think her knee's messed up. I just do. I've read a couple of articles on that. Yeah.
So hey, what a way to rest it. Just be a valet, be a manager for a little bit. To kind of heal it and rest it, let it do its thing. So that makes sense. Maiko says, "Dead men, demons. They have multiple lives. I said the demon will come out. Last week Maiko did say the demon will be out. I'm hoping for the demon. I think it's cool as shit.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of makeup to put on a few of those hours. Okay.
They also have Maiko says, "Damn, everyone needs a drug test, even the underdog for messing up that overlay predictions. Or could he blame old age?" Well, underdog is pretty old, to be 100% honest with you. What was the girl from Underdog? What was her name? It was like a Penny.
Polly.
Yeah, Polly. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Penny for some reason, but
Polly.
All right, so now we move on to the next.
I jumped 2 matches. I apologize, everybody. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. He was saying that he needed a underdog needs a drug test because he messed up that overlay where he had me picking that goofball Riddle over Gunther.
Right. Okay.
Gunther over Riddle. But it should, mistakes happen. We're all
we all make mistakes. It's fine.
We get up and we hit the next spot. That's what we do.
All right, let's go.
All right, so the next match we have the tag team champion is Ronda and Shayna versus Liv and Raquel.
Oh, I know where Mako's going on this one. That's not even a question.
So the underdog picked Liv and Raquel. I also picked Liv and Raquel.
I'm gonna stick to the tag champs. I think they retain.
And I'll tell you, I think Ronda and Shayna are so vanilla. I can't handle. I love Ronda. I loved UFC Ronda.
Are you a Ronda fan?
I was, yes.
Okay.
The wrestling Ronda, not so much.
Not so much.
UFC Ronda. I used to watch a good bit of UFC back in the day. I was a fan then, but yeah, now I think she's just too vanilla. Her and Shayna are just so vanilla, so plain, and to be champion, I want somebody that's
I would like to see Raquel and Liv win. I really would. I think they would be, but I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it.
All right, so then that moves.
I'll stick to the tag. I'll stick to the tag champs for now.
All right, so that moves us to the underdog. Yeah, I already told you who the underdog was taken out.
Yes.
Maiko says there's a rumor Ronda is headed back to the UFC for the vacant title. Losing makes sense. There ain't no way her ass should be going back to the UFC. The game changed for that woman.
Yes.
There's no way
she would get her butt kicked. She would.
They will dominate her.
Yep, I agree.
No way.
No doubt.
If that's what she's going for, she's in for a world of hurt.
This is true.
Maiko says, live. One more time. Live freaking Morgan. So,
who?
All right. So, the final match we have on our overlay here is the Bloodline Civil War. You have the Usos versus Solo, and that Hammernager Solo versus and Roman. So you have the Usos versus Solo and Roman. Who you take?
I'm going to go with the Usos.
I also am going with the Usos. I don't know what to expect in this match. There's so many different ways it can go.
Yeah.
The Solo turn on Roman. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. To be 100% honest, I picked the Usos as well.
According to one of our comments, Rikishi's coming out. So I don't know.
You never know. That could be something that factors into it. Underdog has also taken the Usos. So
Underdog took the Usos too? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But like I said, I think it's going to be a good match. All those guys can wrestle. I don't know about Solo. You don't see him all that often. From what I've seen against Sheamus, I thought he looked pretty good. A nice, strong.
Solo can handle himself. I'm not worried about him. He'll be fine.
Looking like Taz and Samoa Joe, he should be able to handle himself.
Mixture of Taz. Yeah, I see that.
So it's like you order Samoa Joe and Taz off of Wish, and you get Solo. So
I hear you. Like I said, I'm going to go with the Usos on this one. The ending's going to be interesting. We'll leave it at that.
Maiko says the question is who turns on who, or who turns or who doesn't makes an appearance. Remember, I said show your gear. Cousin posted that picture waiting. I'm next in the bloodline. So I don't remember that. I don't remember the I'm next.
Who said it? I don't remember that either.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this match.
It's going to be interesting to see the ending.
Like even so here's something to think about. So if for some reason Rikishi does show, he's the father of the Usos. Right. Well, who's to say that he doesn't respect the tribal chief and tells his boys, his sons, hey, this is the tribal chief. This is your leader. You guys need to fall in line and thank him for what he has given you. That's the tribal chief. I don't think it's going that way, but if something like that were to happen.
Nah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to defend his boys, if anything. Why wouldn't he? Yeah, why would he defend Roman? There's no reason to do that.
He's the tribal chief.
I get it, but
the chosen one. He was the chosen tribal chief.
Yeah, but I don't.
That's something that people like that, the tribes take seriously. It's not just like okay, you're the tribal chief. No, that's something that's considered upon by the elders of the clan. So I mean, just to throw a little twist.
Just bring back Rikishi's throat is getting me excited, but I don't know. We'll see.
Adam says Roman and Solo win by outside interference. Who's the outside interference, though, Adam?
Yeah, who would that be?
Give us a name, boy. We want a name.
Yeah.
Is there another Samoan out there that could be making an appearance? I know there's a couple Samoans in the pipeline.
I don't think so. Not to my knowledge, there's not.
No, I seen I don't know whose kid it is or whose cousin it is, but working through the indies right now.
Okay.
I remember. Yeah, I don't remember if he was a cousin of the Usos as well, or if he was a brother, or I don't know, uncles, brothers, cousins, sisters, mom, wife.
Well, I don't know. I'm sticking to the Usos until further notice. We'll see what happens.
So yeah, as I am as well. So that's what we got for the Money in the Bank. Here we go. Maiko says, I meant Uso's youngest cousin posting that picture saying he's ready to defend the bloodline. All right. So that's the guy that I was thinking of as well, that I've seen pictures of the cousin, a relative. Like I said, I didn't know who he's the relative of, but he was Samoan. At least he looks Samoan. And, being next up in the pipeline there. And, I don't remember seeing the shirt saying defend the bloodline. You know what? Maybe I did now that I think about it.
Defend the bloodline?
Yeah. Okay. But it makes you think.
Yeah.
Could that be another appearance by another Samoan to – and I still think that Jimmy's going to turn on Jay. I think there's a bit of jealousy there.
I think he would have saw something tonight. I think they would have.
Well, you know what I saw? I saw Jay attack Roman and Solo, or I seen Jimmy attack Solo, but I seen Jay attack Roman. I didn't see Jimmy attack Roman.
Sure,
he didn't put his hands on the tribal. He did before. Now he has super kicked him a couple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say super kicked last week.
So, but no, it wasn't last week. Was it?
2 weeks ago. Sorry, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Adam Glenn saying outside interference from Paul Heyman. I don't know.
Heyman. Yeah.
Paul doesn't usually get involved in the matches. He kind of stands there off to the side. He usually does not get involved too much.
No.
Because he is heavy set and he is old.
Yeah,
that's not a good combination for a man to be lumbering around the ring and stuff.
He is the wise man, though.
He is the wise man.
Yes, sir. All right.
So I still think Jimmy's going to turn. Whether or not it's Money in the Bank, I'm not sure.
I don't see Jimmy turning on anybody.
A long money-making feud with the Usos. You're going to have Jimmy versus Jay up in WrestleMania.
Okay.
Put it in the bank.
I'll remember that. I remember
that. Maiko says, when the Usos spoke tonight, Solo paused for a second, which makes you think, damn, cliffhangers.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like Solo kind of looked at Roman thinking, you know what? These guys are spitting.
Well, he looked at him when they said the next tribal chief.
Yeah. Well, and, he could go with the Usos.
I wasn't even – when they said that, I wasn't even thinking Solo. I really was. Solo wasn't even in my mind when they – and then when they looked at him like, oh, okay.
I mean, if I'm Roman, I'm telling Solo, they're playing you, man. They're playing with you. They think you're feeble-minded and you can't handle it. They're playing with you to make you think that you can be the tribal chief, and they're just going to own you. They're going to tell you what to do. They're going to push you around. Right. I treat you like an equal brother, and which he doesn't. They heard the way he was talking, like, who there's nobody here that can yell, I'm the one. I did this. I. So that totally misses Solo, but
okay. So if Roman does get, if they turn on Roman somehow, some way, does Roman turn face all of a sudden?
Ken, don't quit your day job. I'll tell you what, Adam.
Yeah, Ken, don't quit your day job.
Around the mean streets of Pottsville. I'm going to see you on the mean streets of Pottsville walking around. I'm going to get out of my truck. I'm going to whoop your candy.
Oh, here we go. It's on now. Oh, my Lord. It's on now.
All right. So anything else on Money in the Bank? Any other thoughts?
No, I'm good.
So I do think it's going to be a good pay-per-view.
I do too. I think just remember it's tomorrow at 3:00. So if you're, thinking it's 6 or 7, no, it's 3:00 tomorrow afternoon.
All right. So our last spot here. Go ahead.
Enjoy it. If you're going to watch it, enjoy it. And hope to see you on the post game after it's done, and we'll see you then.
And tomorrow 3:00 because it's in London. Yes. I'm not going to be able to watch it live.
Okay.
I'm going to have to watch it later on. Like I said, I was really excited for the pay-per-view, and then realizing that it is overseas, like, God damn it.
I know.
So that's Adam Glenn's probably put another check mark on the back of my name there, trying to get me fired. So I'm going to have to keep my day job just to make sure I have an income here.
This is true.
Maiko says, Adam, when Ken Atomic drops you, call 1-800-HURT and contact our boy Jay Fine.
You better call Big Al.
Yeah. All right. So I'll talk a little bit of old school here before we duck out of here.
Okay.
Old school managers.
Ooh,
so who do you think of when I say old school manager, who are you? What is your first thought?
Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette is your first thought.
Yep.
Wow. The tennis racket and everything like that.
Yep.
So my first thought always goes to Bobby Heenan.
Oh, of course, the brain, but I go Jim Cornette because he had the Midnight Express.
Okay.
Bobby, beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, baby.
So yeah, mine is always Bobby Heenan because I just remember how much I hated Bobby Heenan when I was a little kid.
The Heenan family.
The Weasel, like, Dad, there's the Weasel again. There's the Weasel, Dad. He's going to help Andre win. Dad, there's the Weasel. He's going to help Greg Valentine again. We hated Bobby the Brain. But he was so, looking back on it, he was so good.
But Brain had the best of them all.
Yeah, oh my God. His stable of wrestlers was
but through his stable, he had the number one.
Andre the Giant.
That is correct.
Yes.
Yes.
But he had Andre. He had I think he had King Kong Bundy. Was that him?
Bundy,
he
Giant,
had, Arn and Tully, the Brain Busters.
Big John Studd.
Did he have Big John Studd as well?
Yes, he did.
I for some reason I thought that was Jimmy Hart.
No. Studd was with Studd and Bundy were tag team.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Mark says Jimmy Hart. Yeah, Jimmy Hart was with that megaphone. We used to hate the megaphone too when I was kids.
The Hart Foundation, baby.
But we did like the Hart Foundation. I was always a big Anvil fan and Bret Hart and stuff like that.
Gee, I wonder why.
I didn't have the beard back then, but
do you have that laugh too? There it is.
Adam Glenn says Bobby Heenan, Jimmy Hart. Yeah, I mean those guys. Mr. Fuji is a big one also. Mr. Fuji, he was.
Don't forget the Jive Soul Bro.
The who?
Jive Soul Bro.
Oh, Slick.
Yep.
Slick, and also what the hell's his name?
Actually, a guy that looks like you back in the day.
Who?
A guy that looks like you. Manager.
Who?
Oliver Humperdinck.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember Oliver Humperdinck?
No.
Oh my gosh.
And he looked like me. He was handsome.
He was.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yep.
Chris Mark says Mouth of the South. Yeah, Jimmy Hart. Mouth of the South.
Yep.
Maiko says the Brain, Jimmy Hart, Paul Bearer. So that's one I wanted to get to.
Okay.
Paul Bearer, like the absolute perfect manager for the Undertaker. It was so perfect the way that was done when Undertaker. Actually, I think Undertaker's debut, Brother Love. I don't think Brother Love was his manager, but Brother Love introduced the Undertaker, I believe. Brought him out, I think, on that.
Actually, no, it wasn't Brother Love.
What wasn't it?
Ted DiBiase.
Oh, okay. Well, Brother Love had something to do with it.
It was on the Brother Love show.
Okay, that's what it was. All right.
Yes.
But Paul Bearer was so perfect for the Undertaker. The first off, the perfect name for the dead man. The Undertaker and Paul Bearer. I mean, that's
because if you remember, DiBiase said, "I introduce you, the Undertaker."
Yeah. But Paul Bearer, like the whole gimmick, holding the urn, like the pale face, and like the face done so well.
You do that so well.
But yeah, Paul Bearer was fantastic. And then for a while he was manager for Kane as well when he brought Kane in after he turned on the Undertaker. Yep. When Undertaker was fighting Mankind.
Kane's alive.
My brother Kane is alive. But yeah, so when Undertaker wrestled Mankind in the Boiler Room match is when Paul Bearer turned on him. And I believe he turned on him for a while, and that's when he introduced Kane. I think a little bit later. I think that was around that same time.
He introduced Kane at the pay-per-view, the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, it was during the Hell in the Cell match, but I don't know if it was a Hell in the Cell pay-per-view.
No, it was pay-per-view. It was the Hell in the Cell. It was Shawn versus Taker in the Hell in the Cell.
It was in the Hell in the Cell, but I didn't know if it was a Hell in the Cell pay-per-view.
It was pay-per-view. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't believe
you do that.
I know it was a match, though. I know the match was.
It was a pay-per-view match. It was Hell in the Cell. It was Shawn versus Taker. It was DX. Well, that's when DX was forming at the time.
Yeah.
And Shawn was in it, and Shawn's laying on the floor on the mat, and here comes Kane.
I know Kane ripped the door off of that.
Right, and Taker's face was like, "What?"
And then he got I think he got. Did he get choke slammed and then tombstone?
Yes.
Or did he get tombstone first? It was something.
It was choke slam. Then tombstone.
But that was fine. That was set up perfectly as well. That whole storyline, and I think for some reason.
At the end of the day, Michaels won the match.
Well, yeah, because no, yeah, I guess
Michaels was champ.
So I swear to God, Paul Bearer called Undertaker's mom a whore a couple times during that whole feud.
You might have.
Because I'm pretty sure, because then it turns out that Paul Bearer was actually Kane's father, and the whole thing. It was, but Paul Bearer was absolutely fantastic. But then you also had Harvey Whippleman. He was always awesome.
Harvey Whippleman. I haven't heard that name.
He was always like a little Weasley guy. I know he never had the best talent, but he was always.
Did he have a cane? Did he have a cane or something all the time? Harvey.
I don't know. I know Slick had a cane because he's like a pimp.
I know Fuji had a cane too, but
Lassie was a good one. He always had a cane, but I don't think Harvey Whippleman did.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Maiko says, Dave, when Ken Atomic drops, you call 1-800-HURT-123. Big Al will be busy. So you're in line after Adam.
Ken's going to power bomb me in a second.
Well, and so here's a funny thing. Not to get too far off subject here of the old school managers, but back when I formed the Frie Foundation back in high school,
right,
I did have a finishing wrestling move. I had a finisher like the power bomb or the tombstone pile driver. I had what I called the deep fryer.
I thought it was gonna be the frying pan or something.
No, it's a deep fryer. So okay. What it would be like a power bomb almost. I would get the person, I'd lift them up on my shoulder though. They give me on my shoulder. Their back would be across my shoulder, and then I'd drop to my knees like a backbreaker, and I'd call that a deep fryer because you drop your basket into the deep fryer.
Right.
You know what I mean? It makes sense, right?
Sure. If it works for you, go with it. That's what I said.
But yes, that was the
deep fryer.
A couple people got the deep fryer. I'm just gonna say that a couple people in high school got the deep fryer.
I'm afraid of it now.
You should be.
I am.
It's injured people.
I'm petrified. I'm done.
All right. So, any other old school managers? Miss Elizabeth, Mike.
Miss Elizabeth.
That was a pretty good one as well because she never really physically got into the matches.
Right.
I do remember that one time she got into a bikini to distract. Who she distracted the bikini?
Probably Jake Roberts or something.
No, that's not a Jake thing.
Okay,
I care less. I feel like it was a fat guy because fat guys can't get good-looking women. And
right. Are we counting Damien as a manager too?
Who?
Damien.
You know what? No. We could do a show on that. We could talk about pets at the ringside. The British Bulldog, the Bulldog. You had Bird.
Matilda.
Yeah, Matilda. Yeah, Coco Beware's Bird. You
got Frankie.
Frankie. Oh, so you're. I wouldn't remember that.
Yep, Frankie.
I remember he had a bird. I remember that.
Yeah, do the bird.
And like Chris Mark says, Mr. Fuji. Yeah.
Mr. Fuji. Actually, who did going back? Oh, Sunny Days. Gotta love Sunny Days. Mr. Fuji. Who did Mr. Fuji actually? Who was one of his wrestlers that he actually had?
I feel like he managed Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter for a little bit. Yokozuna.
Nope. That was he had Yokozuna, but that's not what I'm talking about. He was magnificent.
Don Morocco.
Don Morocco. Yeah. Oh, okay. Remember Fuji Vice? Remember?
I don't remember the Fuji Vice. I do remember the salt. He'd give like Yokozuna the salt and stuff like that to throw in people's eyes.
Yep. Fuji Vice was Don Morocco and Fuji.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, go back and check that out, mister.
Chris Martin, Diesel. How about Diesel? Diesel was a manager for
Diesel
a little
Sean's bodyguard. Yep.
Wow, there we go. Adam Glenn said Sunny.
Sunny Days.
She was like the introduction into
she was
she was what?
Go ahead. No, she was with the Road Warriors.
Yeah. So that kind of like led into the risque part of the
Legion of Doom. Sorry, my fault.
Oh, you're good. The Sunny, like the risque, like skimpy Sunny, that kind of started leading into the Attitude Era. That kind of started making, like, giving the Attitude Era its edge for a little bit there. She was kind of like the start of it before you got.
Oh, she was with Candido forever though.
Yeah.
Sunny.
Yeah. Chris Marks, Diesel. I said that already. Chris as well said Powers of Pain.
Powers of Pain.
Oh, was that Barbarian?
Warlord and Barbarian.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I remember that now. I remember him being. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Marlena.
Yeah.
I remember when Marlena was a wrestler as well, right? She wrestled.
I think she was. Yeah.
Split on the edge of the ring. Was that hers? Did she do that?
I'm not sure.
Or was that somebody else that did that split on the edge of the ring? I don't remember. I can still see it though. Sable. Yeah.
Sable. Yeah. With Mark Barrow.
Yeah. And then for I guess a little bit, I guess you could say, with Stone Cold. They weren't married.
Yeah.
I do believe she was
Well, if that's the case, you got to go with what's her name, with Jeff Jarrett. Oh, the roadie, of course, but I'm talking. Who's the blonde chick?
Arden?
No, Deborah.
Yes, Deborah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And don't forget about Woman.
Who?
Woman.
Who's Woman?
She was with that's WCW back in the day.
Okay. Well, who was that lady that was with Dusty Rhodes? The polka dot lady.
Yeah. Oh, it'll come to me. Just give me a little.
I could see her, but I can't think of what her name was. It was so cool. Yeah. I remember when he got her, just like took her out of the crowd. I guess it was set up where she was right there and stuff like that. But got her out of the crowd.
Polka dot chick. Yeah, I can't.
We have Maiko St. Elizabeth Bikini. Yeah, it was Hogan and Savage versus Andre and Ted DiBiase. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I feel like there was a big guy wrestling, but I couldn't remember if it was Andre or if it was like a King Kong Bundy type or somebody like that, or a what the hell? Who was I thinking of? Like Earthquake and Typhoon or somebody like that, like the natural.
Okay. Well, actually, that was Jimmy Hart had natural disasters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Glenn
Sapphire. That's who it was.
You're off the list, buddy. You're off the list. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, Sapphire. I couldn't think of her name.
You saved yourself, Adam.
Yes, Adam. Thank you.
You saved yourself from a deep fryer.
Yeah, Sapphire. I knew it started with an S. I just couldn't remember.
They don't quite have managers today like they did back in the day. Like the only guy like really is Paul Heyman, is a true blue type of manager. Yeah. But like now, like you'll have a manager with one team and that's it. Like whereas back in the day, you'd have managers with multiple teams.
Multiple wrestlers. Yeah. How about Johnny V?
Oh, who's Johnny V?
Johnny Valiant. He was with Barber and Beefcake and Valentine.
I don't remember that.
Johnny V. Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't remember Beefcake and Valentine wrestling with each other.
Oh, they were tag team. They were a tag team. Yep.
Yeah, Greg the Hammer Valentine looks like one of your aunts at a picnic.
I haven't seen Valentine in a while. But yeah, Johnny Valiant was their manager at the time.
Like, oh, there goes Aunt Greg Valentine.
Well, how about Captain Lou?
No, we forgot about Captain Lou Albano. Absolutely.
He had the British Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I was saying, like you don't have like today, you don't have managers like that have multiple teams. It's usually just one team, and that's who they go out with, and that's it.
Eric Bischoff.
Well, I guess you can figure Bischoff with the NWO.
NWO. Yeah,
he did start wrestling a little bit during that with his karate and stuff like that, whatever the hell it was. Mm-hmm. And but he was a manager. He was out there at ringside for a lot of those matches, especially. He was. Yeah. Chris Marks says the Genius.
Oh, Lanny Poffo. Yeah.
Randy's brother.
Leaping Lanny Poffo.
He just recently passed away.
Yes, I heard that. Yeah. Yep.
You know what? That's one guy that I didn't like as a kid. I didn't like the Genius, obviously, because you're not supposed to.
He was a poet.
And he thought he was smarter than everybody.
Right.
When they redid that gimmick for Damien Sandow, I thought that was fantastic. I thought Damien Sandow was awesome.
Damien Sandow was awesome. He was.
And I'm still kind of bummed that he's not, with the company anymore. I thought he was good. He did a hell of a job with that. Even the gimmick afterwards.
The DX thing was great. The DX thing was great.
Well, he was doing a whole bunch of things. Like there was a whole group of things that he was mimicking or something like that. But I don't remember what his gimmick was after that. But they were the fans were trying as hard as hell to cheer for him to get him over, but it just wasn't happening.
Yep. There was actually a wrestler and he was a manager.
Yeah.
But I'm going back. Rick Rude, Ravishing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
he was actually
for a little bit. Yeah. And here's one that you didn't even mention. I'm surprised. Sensational Sherry.
Oh, Sherry. I forgot about Sherry.
Sherry was HBK's manager for a little bit.
Yes, she was. Yep, she was.
So
she actually sang his song.
Yeah. Oh, Sean.
Yeah! Oh God, don't even talk.
It's terrible.
That was annoying. Yeah.
Oh man, the coach for Mr. Perfect.
The coach for Mr. Perfect.
I don't remember the coach. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Mr. Perfect was a Heenan guy.
Well, no, Perfect actually he was a manager for Ric Flair at one point.
Yeah,
but
I don't know who the coach was for Mr.
Perfect. Are we talking Jonathan? We're not talking Jonathan Coachman, are we?
No, I don't think so. No, because he came later.
I was gonna say.
I don't know. I would be thinking that this has to be 80s Mr. Perfect. I don't remember the coach. I'm gonna have to look it up now.
I don't know the coach. No, I don't remember him. Anyway, I don't remember the coach.
All right. Yeah. So I think that's a good time to kind of start heading off into the sunset here.
Yeah, I think it's time to wind it down.
So yeah, we got another comment here before we head out.
Okay.
Maiko says, "Hey, Cowboy Dave, what time tomorrow? Post Money in the Bank."
I believe we're going to go at 7 p.m. tomorrow after Money in the Bank is over.
So yeah, guys, make sure you check it out tomorrow. We're gonna do a post show for Money in the Bank. I don't know if I will be on. Like I said, I have a softball tournament tomorrow. It's pretty much all day, so I don't know if I'll even be home yet. I know I'm not gonna be able to see any of the show, so I don't know what kind of help I would even be. So make sure you check that show.
Use your clip notes.
Google what happened. Well, that's
right.
I've said before on the show that I'm in and out. Like you're a diehard wrestling fan. I've been an in and out wrestling fan. Like there's times where I'm all in. I'm watching hardcore.
Right.
I get busy and I kind of fall back, but I'm always Googling. I'm always getting updates. I listen to Busted Open Radio from time to time on Sirius XM, which is I think is fantastic. I think those guys do a great job. Mark Henry, Bubba Ray.
When is that on? I've been meaning to catch it, but I keep forgetting about it.
Every morning at 9 a.m.
When is it?
Every morning at 9 a.m. I think they replay it. Yeah, I think they replay it at night as well and in the afternoon. Like it replays a lot as well.
And what channel would that be again?
It's on Sirius XM. I don't know what the hell the channel is.
Okay, Sirius XM.
I have it as a set channel on my radio. So I just
would it be on Odyssey by any chance?
Huh?
Would it be on Odyssey by any chance?
I have no idea. I know they do a podcast.
Okay.
I'll check it out. They make their show into a podcast as well. So make sure you check out the post pay-per-view show tomorrow night. Definitely Cowboy Dave, Maiko, and possibly myself. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be home yet or what will be happening. But we have Adam Glenn saying happy Bobby Bob. I don't know what that means. Maiko says Mr. Fuji 2.0 will try with Dave. The Asian persuasion himself, Maiko, Mr. Fuji 2.0 will try with Dave. Some other podcaster, YouTube, and Google all events. LOL.
So I get Mr. Fuji tomorrow with me? Great.
All right, guys. So
I'm down.
What's that?
I'm down with Mr. Fuji. It's cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that's all. We got one more comment. I can't leave the comment. I can't let it hang.
We're rolling. Okay. What we got?
Oh, God damn it, Adam Glenn, you're killing me.
Bobby Bonilla Day. Is that tomorrow?
I don't know when it is. I'm sweating now thinking about it.
Best contract ever.
No. The only reason it's brought up is because it's the Mets. There are other guys with the same type of contract that actually get more.
Yeah, but Bobby Bonilla is so everybody knows about it. It's just,
and that's because it's the Mets. That's why everybody knows about it.
Okay.
There's other contracts out there that are worse that go on just as long, or if not longer, because it's the goddamn Mets. It's a thing. Everybody's always laughing at us. They're pointing and laughing at them.
I heard Keith Hernandez is coming back tomorrow.
Adam, Glenn, you're back on the list.
Adam, you just got off the list. Now you're back on the list.
On. He got his line back in place at Jay Fine Law. He's back in line at Jay Fine Law.
You better call Big Al.
Great show, fellas. Killing the time slot. Thank you, Maiko.
We're trying.
We're doing our best. We're having fun with it. That's all I know.
Some of us messed up tonight. I don't know. That would be me.
It happens. It happens to all. So that's all.
Wrong match, Cowboy Dave. Way to go.
All right. So that's all we got for tonight.
As Sean would say, way to go.
Yeah. So thanks for checking the show out, everybody. Thanks for all the comments, the new viewers. Keep watching. We're doing the best we can. We're putting out, we're trying to be entertaining, and I think we are.
We're doing our best.
At the very least, you're entertained. Then we've done our job.
There you go.
Well, sons of bitches, they got more comments here. I can't let them hang.
Okay.
I'm sweating here. Chris Marks, our boy Junior now. Great show. Good night, buddy. Thank you for checking.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Maiko, Dave, report to the optometrist office for your drug test at 8 a.m.
I missed the match. I'm sorry. I skipped over.
I can pick it up for you, buddy, and I'll mail it, and you'll be good. I'm clean. It might come out like, oh, Dave, you ate a lot of Twinkies, but
Adam said he made it to the end. So
last week, Adam, he tapped out at like 11.
Adam's a diehard. I love it.
Last week he was out early. Like, what happened to Adam?
Well, making up for lost time.
Make sure if you do the grimace shake and you make a video of it, tag us in it.
Yes, we would love to see your grimace shake video. Please bring it to us. We would love to see it.
The Box Sports, and we'll put it. We'll even put it on the show next week.
Absolutely,
we'll get that shit lit up.
Yep.
By the millions and millions.
And the millions. Okay.
Maiko, one last comment here. Maiko says, "Old guys representing tonight."
That's you too. I'm out of this.
I'm going to pay for it tomorrow. I'll tell you that. All right.
Real quick before we leave, I'd like to take a shout out to my daughter. Her birthday is July 2nd. She will be 12 years old. Yes, Faith is going to be 12. I have a 12-year-old. Oh my God, I'm scared to death. But yes, her birthday is July 2nd. So shout out to my daughter, Faith.
Oh, happy birthday! Yes. What's her name? Faith.
Faith. Yes.
Happy birthday, Faith.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for checking the show out, everybody. We'll see you guys next Friday night, 10:30 p.m.
Oh, you didn't know?
Your ass better call
somebody. See you next week, guys.